てめえ何言ってる。
試験官はついてこいって言っただけだもんね。
てめえどっちの味方だ。
倒すからってハブられたり、お前関係ねえからって言われた時は相当落ちたけどな。
Huh? Fuck, my hotkeys fucking track on the... Look, hang on here, just pretend, just, you know, just fuck it here. Just fucking... Fucking YouTube hotkeys. Hello. Remember, Yakuza is a serious drama. Yeah! It's a very serious story about very serious men. Boop. How's everybody doing tonight? Kit, I know you have a song stuck in your head. How's everybody else doing? Stream info? What? What? I'm gonna be doing art. I'm gonna be doing art. Also, hi Ash. How is Stray? And how is RE4 demo? I was not there because I was busy being dead. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Metroid conversations are very important. Especially when you get to talk about the length of cycles and fucking Jizzard the Lizard. RE4 Remake maybe sort of broke my PC. Oh shit. Well that's not ideal. Must be about how Torizos aren't real and Nate Burdoff is a little Bildorf? Bildorf? Who the hell is Nate Bildorf? Okay, yeah, tell me about that later. The guy that religiously listens to 24 Hour Cinderella. Yeah, I mean, you can have 24 Hour Cinderella and still be serious, just not during 24 Hour Cinderella. Started chugging along in Jeopardy and TTS and it literally crashed OBS. Oh shit. Yeah, that's never fun. On games like that, like you've seen, I have to do my fucking PNG model because my computer just can't handle like super modern stuff and also my model. Hey DH, how's it going? Here in chat, I'll have a decent bit to say about how Torizos aren't real. Okay, it's just 3 sentences. I was gonna say, if it's like an entire lecture, maybe we'll save it for after art stream. Managing, but I'll have to do that next time. Yeah, it sucks. Like, I want a computer that can, like, handle all of it, but that's gonna be later. Torzo. I say, like, Torzo because I'm thinking... Hold on. Well, wait. I was gonna say it's, like, chorizo, but yeah, chorizo is the way you would say it. See, I just need to remember it's like the Mexican like ground meat. It's like chorizo, except bird. But yeah. It is Community Choice Night, and thanks to all of your lovely votes and all of your help, we have decided that we are doing an art stream tonight. So we are gonna be hanging out, probably drawing some emotes. Maybe drawing some old foxlings. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna draw tonight. I just kind of was like, fuck it, we'll figure it out, right? I might redo some of my own, like, Emmy emotes too. I don't know. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff I kind of want to hit. So yeah. Fluffy o'clock, poofed out foxling. Ooh, that's actually a good idea. I don't know if I'll do that as like a follower emote. That might just be like a 7TV emote, but that's still a good idea. Anyway, here, let me go ahead and let me do a couple of things here. So I need to disable this, or it's gonna get on my nerves. There we go. And I need to pull up. If you don't draw a banana, I'll cry. Will not cry. I was thinking I might redraw the potato one. Because it's been a second. So that's actually a possibility. Also, my iPad is like half charged because I will cry though. Serious? No, Ash, don't cry. I mean, I'll still do whatever I was gonna do anyway. I'm sorry. I cannot be tamed. Let me see. Get this connected. Boop. There we go. And oh, I never turned this here. I'll just leave this on for tonight. Give me another sub to make you feel better. Let's see. Backgrounds are set. That's what I want. Alright. We got the iPad capture. And then I get to go over here. I can be a little bigger. I could be like, I can like hang out like this. That ought to work. And if you guys want, there's a new Weird History food video that I haven't seen yet. So we could actually we could watch that. I could put that on if you guys want. Here, let me just here. Here we go. We'll run a poll real quick. What you drawing? I don't know. I mean, it's probably gonna be like emote stuff. Emote stuff or doodling little ideas. Usually I work on emotes because it's good practice. It's good practice, and anything that like works out, I can use. I've also still got one more follower emote slot, so I need another Foxwing anyway, and there's like 2 of those. I like the heart one a lot. I like the heart one, I like the wave one. But the other 2 I don't like as much, especially because the scared one is just like the sub-scared one. I don't really want to have any like duplicates. So I think I'll like start with those probably. Most of my subs were a gift from Ash. Yeah. Plasma Foxwing and Ice Foxwing? That's not... In what context is anyone gonna use those? I need something that people are gonna want to use. I need to, like, make... Because I don't have that many emote slots. I can make all sorts of goofy stuff and throw it on 7TV. But for our main slots, I want stuff that people are gonna, like... Just joking about the... Wah! Oh, shit! Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Ash, for gifting a sub to Mushroom. Hell yeah. And Mushroom, enjoy the sub and the emotes. Hopefully we'll be making you some new ones today. Also just poofed out Foxwing. Yeah, poofed out could be a good one. I'm not sure. I think if I do a poofed one, I'd want to make it animated, so I'd probably put that on 7TV. We'll see. Anyway, give me one sec. I'll go ahead and join the Discord. And we can get going. Oops, wait, wrong one. Hold on. There we go. This one. There we go. There we go.
Hey, what's up? It's me.
Alright, tell us about chorizo.
Okay.
Ash
so,
mommy.
okay, I lied about it being 3 sentences, but entirely because I need to explain what a chorizo is to have chat.
Ah. Okay.
So in Metroid games, there are Chozo statues, and some of them come to life, and the ones that come to life people call chorizos. And this was from a few game guides. That's not canon. Game guides are not canon.
Oh, so kid.
And
hold on.
Several pieces of Metroid lore.
Motherfuckers, vote. Vote.
Oh, okay.
Motherfuckers. Not really you, but like, yeah. Do you guys wanna watch Weird History Food? There's a poll up. It's got like fucking 20 seconds left.
Sure, we can watch one. But anyway, so, okay, Ash, no, the game guides are not canon. And Super Metroid implies it with the Chozo statue that comes to life. Fusion implies it with the X that mimics a Chozo statue. There is a lore entry in Metroid Prime that pretty much straight up says it, that it talks about how all Chozo statues have biological components. There is no physiological difference between a chorizo and a normal Chozo statue. Chorizo is just a convenient word that the fan base invented to differentiate between the ones that try to kill you and the ones that don't.
Alright, Sick, when you get the Weird History Food.
And that's why chorizos aren't real.
Let's see, make sure that I'm not doxing myself again. Okay.
You want to hear the Nate Bildorf thing, too? That's like 1 sentence.
Oh, sure, yeah. Ah!
Nate Bildorf is the guy who localized the lore for Metroid Prime 1, and he fucking sucked at it.
Oh my god, Ash. Ash, thank you for gifting a sub to DH. And DH, enjoy the sub, and hopefully we'll draw you some new emotes today. And enjoy the ones that are already there.
He's also the localizer for a lot of other games, and he fucking sucked at it.
Localizer means something completely different to me. So, like, I double take whenever you say that.
No, what are you thinking?
It's an aircraft thing.
Ah.
It's a piece of equipment for instrument approaches.
No. But anyway, so I have
an
a friend who
exclamation
I just,
point here. Hold on. DH, I don't know if you're in the Discord or not, but there's the Discord. all my Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff links are they should be like there, like right below the thing in like
Yeah,
the
they're all in
description.
the description.
Yeah, there should be like a link to Twitter and everything. I should make a socials command though. Actually, I might do that right now because I'm a professional streamer who thinks ahead. Thank you,
no,
Ash.
So I was just, I was hanging out with a friend and we were talking about some of the Metroid lore, and very regularly, actually, we kind of complain about this guy because he just is responsible for so many fandom misconceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, his name got translated as Net Bultuff in the badly translated Metroid Prime 3 ending, and I sent that to him when we did that, and just fucking lost his shit. It was so good.
Fucking nice.
Yeah. But no, I was watching him play the demo for a cool, like, little atmospheric kind of walking simulators game that I've played called Far Lone Sales. Could be fun to stream. I would recommend waiting till it goes on sale, and also it has a demo. But anyway, I was watching him play that, and we were having fun with momentum. And by fun, I mean we were getting, like, turbo fucked by momentum.
1 second, kid. Hey, Ash, could you post the link to the VOD channel as well? Just so I could add it to this command real quick. I want a race.
God.
I'm trying to think what I could fucking give you. I could pay you in like one redeem 1,000 points
One
or
channel
less.
point. Just one.
One channel point. Let's see. All right, thank you, Ash.
Exactly, Ash. I could also give you a raise by kicking you into the sun. Your altitude would increase.
Oh my god. That is technically a raise. Thank you for the increased patch, Ash. Yeah, keep redeeming those. I need to fucking... I tend to slip when I'm streaming, because I just talk a lot for a while. So yeah, keep me responsible. Anyway, so...
Ash, that's not a pun. That is a genuine threat.
Oh, this sucks. What the fuck?
Oh, that looks like
Why
a
does
nightmare.
this not fucking... Alright, wait. Let me try that again. Oh my god. Wait, what did I set the
One, I
cooldown
think
to?
you forgot the space between Twitter and YouTube.
Well, I did line breaks, and some things do or do not like line breaks.
I see.
And he talks very minimal, only half an hour? Is that a pun? I don't...
Yeah, I can't tell if that's a pun. We're stalling by necessity.
Oh, that doesn't look any fucking better. How do
Jesus.
people do line breaks in these fucking commands, dude? Huh? I don't get it. I might just have to do like a Twitter. Here, I'll just do like an exclamation point Twitter.
And then an exclamation point YouTube.
Yeah, I'll just do
Yeah.
that. Right,
Like
exclamation point
Squidward
Twitter.
Larry. Every time I hear the name Larry, I think of a certain Star Wars parody series.
And then... Okay. There we go. And then... I'll just do exclamation point VOD for the VOD channel.
Yeah, sometimes you just have a weak fucking day. These things happen. I know these things happen. I've had days where all I could come up with for, like, really bad D's Nuts jokes.
Let's see... Oh my god. I appreciate the meme, DH. Thank you for joining the Discord, by the way. We do post a lot of garbage in there sometimes, so I hope you enjoy your time.
Oh. But on the other hand, I've had days where I claim to be Hideo Kojima.
I blame Emmy for being late. Hey, I had an off day too. That's why I was late. I fucking... I woke up early to do a thing today, and then it got canceled. And I decided not to go back to sleep, because I got a decent amount of sleep. I was like, hey, fuck it, I can just, like, play some games and stuff. And I hit the middle of the day. I hit, like, 5 p.m. And I just went... Bleh. I just like fucking crashed and burned for like 3 hours until I finally was able to like go and get food. Like I just got Mr. Executive Dysfunction just came and like smashed my kneecaps for a few hours.
Yeah, I kind of had that a little today as well, but I woke up a lot later. I just kind of slept like shit.
Yeah, I slept.
So I didn't really need to take a nap so much as I just needed to, like... Really, I think what helped was that extensive conversation about Metroid lore. Sometimes you just gotta, like, hit up a friend and talk about stupid shit for an hour.
I slept okay, except for like the spider's dream.
Oh, right, yes.
But like, you know, I'm not arachnophobic, so it didn't like freak me out
Yeah.
too much. So I slept pretty okay.
Like, Dream you just forgot to call George Costanza.
Yeah, exactly. I should have just brought George in. I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, don't you know he is a horrifying nightmare entity?
Alright, so we'll put that on pause. And alright.
Maybe that'll be the vet for P2.
It's been an emotional support for like I've been an emotional support for like 3 people today, so I'm drained and brain no work. It's okay, you don't need to be emotional support for me. I just stand in the shower and look at the floor. And then I'll listen to music and try to feel better.
Yeah, I just go, like, either dissociate to breakcore or listen to weird video essays while I play games that I'm only sort of good at.
All valid responses. Also, I'm gonna share the screen for you, Kit.
Me, when, yeah, I can't believe I fucking completed my metamorphosis into stereotypical breakcore trans girl. That just happened. That happened, like, a few months before Ultra Kill somehow.
I was gonna say, that's some cheap therapy, Ash. I am literally the fucking the like depressed trans girl in the shower meme, and then like the one where like she'll think of something cute and like do the little smile. That's just me. Like that's why all my showers take so long. It's because I'm just standing in there looking like upset.
My showers take so long because I want to finish a song.
Also understandable. But alright, let's fucking
Sometimes
I've been meaning to watch this for like the last few days, and now it's time to finally see it. I saved it for this. What's up, Kit?
sometimes you just gotta fucking get all the way through Rules of Nature before you're ready to actually do the shower.
That's fair. I get the same way for sure.
In
Wait,
997
it's
AD,
pizza
the
time.
first known reference to pizza was written down
Turn
in
us up, big
Naples,
guys.
Italy. Ever since, a race to make the perfect
Is that
pie
volume
has
good?
consumed geniuses and innovators across the
worked for
globe,
me at least.
creating some deliciously wild
Alright,
results.
so let me get this back.
Today, we're going to examine 10 unbelievable modern pizza innovations.
What is
But
that
before we
box?
get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. And let us know in the comments below what other futuristic food innovations you would like to hear about. Okay, fire up your Black & Decker rehydrator and get ready for a taste of the future of pizza.
Okay.
In 2018, a Silicon Valley startup received a $375 million investment to pursue what many thought may be the future of food. Zoom, not to be mistaken for the video conference platform that found a way for all of us to still fall asleep in meetings while working remotely, set out to create a fleet of food trucks that specialized in pizza delivery. What made these trucks worthy of a $1 billion company valuation? Robots. And not the kind that replaces the family pet. These robots would prep, cook, and deliver pizza, all from the back of a food truck. No need for weak, fleshy minimum wage workers here. These trucks could not be bargained with. They couldn't even be reasoned with. And they absolutely would not stop. Ever. Until the company ran out of money. By the summer of 2019, Zoom was losing around $10 million each day. It's since abandoned its food truck idea and has pivoted over to developing compostable packaging. As for the robots,
Just for one
they've been
second.
recommissioned to make this packaging, pressing, molding, and biding their time until the day they can return to their true purpose, making pizzas. In April of 2016, Vinny's Pizzeria of Brooklyn, New York, unveiled a bold new direction for pizza delivery. Forget the robots and compostable packaging. Their big idea? A pizza box that's made from pizza. Wait, pizza delivered inside another pizza?
That's
You're
actually
talking to pizzas.
fucking
For just
insane.
$50, you can order a small pepperoni pie. Serve
Wait,
them
what was
inside a
that?
larger, more rectangular pizza-based
pizza box
sort of
made of
like
pizza?
matryoshka dolls,
Oh.
if they were deliciously cheesy. For over half a decade, the Pizza Box Pizza has delighted customers across the Williamsburg neighborhood. While Vinny's Pizzeria's big idea does not seem to have caught on nationwide, it's important to remember that another Vinny, a guy named Vincent Van Gogh, wasn't appreciated in his time either. And so
my
it may
God.
be with the Pizza Box Pizza. In 2013,
There we go.
mathematician Eugenia Cheng asked what millions before her wondered, but never had the tools and or courage to answer. What makes the perfect pizza? She was commissioned by Pizza Express, a pizza chain in the UK, to determine why customers prefer the taste of their 14-inch pizzas to their 11-inch pizzas. Here's a guess. One of them is more pizza? Cheng got going to work, and her results were startling. Assuming that the total amount of dough and the total number of toppings would remain the same from pie to pie, she devised a formula to find differences in both topping distribution and dough-to-topping ratios. By dividing the volume of the toppings by the
Gotta get
volume
ready
of the
for
dough,
Dead.
and then multiplying
Yeah,
that
get ready
number
for
by the
Dead,
radius of the
Ash.
pizza,
I'm coming
put
for
to
ya.
the power of 6 and
Oh my
divided by
God.
So
you
now
know,
I
that
can eat the
Emmy
box
every
without
versus
looking
what
system
Cheng
never lets
discovered
up.
was that the average bite from an
Now I
11-inch
can eat
pie
the
had
box without looking
10%
like a
more toppings than a
sociopath.
bite from a 14-inch pie. The toppings were more tightly clustered together, meaning pizza enthusiasts got fewer of their
You have no
favorite
record of the
bites.
calling?
What's more,
So
smaller pizzas
bullshit.
tended to have larger crusts than their bigger counterparts, and nobody wants a higher crust-to-pizza ratio. So there's more crust and less fun with smaller pizzas, and Cheng had the numbers to prove it. Using her findings, Pizza Express changed their recipe to make the 11-inch pizza more competitive. Thus, Cheng added the touch of science to the pizza-making process that the field so desperately needed.
Holy shit.
Wait, I just fucking realized.
Robots?
Yeah.
Again? Well, this time, the robots are in the driver's seat. In April of 2021, Domino's unleashed a fleet of robot delivery cars in the Woodland Hills neighborhood of Houston. The cars, developed by Neuro, came equipped with touchscreen activated doors, which would presumably fly open when touched by the scores of pedestrians the robots inevitably ran down.
The Domino's
After
jingle?
placing an order, customers would receive
I'll
a
check it
unique
out after
code
this.
for their delivery. A delivery robot would pull up curbside, customers would type in their code on the delivery robot's touchscreen, and the doors would open, revealing the cheesy goodness within. But don't be fooled by the Neuro car's bubbly aesthetic. Domino's has other more formidable vehicles waiting in their garage. Meet the Domicopter. Unveiled in
What?
2013, this flying drone awed
The
the people of the
Domicopter?
UK during its 2 deliveries.
I
over
want to know
British
who named
skies.
it that so I can give them a fucking medal.
Equipped
Bro.
with a Domino's heatwave bag, the Domicopter was capable of delivering an untold number of pizza payloads. Sadly,
Hey,
the
yo.
Domicopter seems to have been a short-lived PR stunt.
Can I get the Dommy Mommy Copter?
Here's a pizza innovation
Hello?
that
Oh my
seems
God.
worthy of its own Black Mirror
Is that
episode.
one of the monsoon
Enter
helicopters?
Tobii, a Swedish
Oh my
company that
God.
creates eye-tracking technologies. In 2014, Tobii joined forces with Pizza Hut to develop the flavor of now. In what they dubbed the world's first subconscious menu, Tobii and Pizza Hut created a system that would show customers a series of ingredients and would determine what they wanted to eat based on where their eyes lingered. So your order could presumably be a large pie with pepperoni, sausage, and a guy doing cartwheels in a Spider-Man costume out front. If they didn't like the results, the customer had the opportunity to change their subconscious decision with a conscious one. So if the cheeseless pineapple and Alfredo pie that Tobii is trying to feed you doesn't sound too tasty, you have the chance to argue against it, for now. We've looked at pizza innovations by air and by land, but what about by sea? Well, put on your captain's hat, because we're sailing back in time to the year 2014
aquatic
in the U.S. Virgin
pizzas?
Islands. Sasha Bowie
Yo?
was a mechanical engineer turned sailboat captain. His wife
Aquatic
Tara was an
pizzas of
elementary school
actual-
teacher turned scuba instructor. Together, they had a vision of opening their very own restaurant. They'd devoted 2 years of their lives to renovating an abandoned boat and installing a brick pizza oven in its kitchen. You know, so you can avoid all those pesky pizza regulations by slinging pies in international waters. They'd even used their wedding registry to ask guests for boat parts. And after a lot of hard work and some pizza making lessons, they were ready to open their restaurant to all seafaring wanderers around Christmas Cove. They called it Pizza Pie. Only accessible by boat, Pizza Pie was a hit with the locals and tourists alike. They made New York-style pizza, jalapeno poppers, and cocktails by the pitcher. In 2018, Sasha and Tara sold their company to the family of a former employee. But worry not, though, seafaring pizza lovers. Pizza Pie lives on still, and customers love it as much as ever. So if you ever find yourself lost at sea, just let your nose guide you towards the enticing aroma of pizza pie and safety. Maybe bring a flare gun too, just in case.
Oh my god.
Wrong layer.
Pizza has a string of popular unofficial mascots in recent years. Remember Pizza Rat?
Yeah.
Cute? It may be diseased.
Oh my
It may
God.
be, you know,
Fucking
a rat,
Pizza
but
Rat.
it sure loves a New
The giant
York-style
rat that makes all the
slice.
rules.
The rat went viral in 2015 after someone videotaped it struggling to drag a giant slice of pie back to its subterranean lair in a New York City subway. Not to be outdone by New York, Chicago produced its own viral rodent pizza star the next year. Pizza Squirrel rose to
Very
fame in 2016.
pizza rodent.
Come on, Chicago. A
God.
squirrel is basically a rat. Dig a little deeper next time and give us Pizza Crow or Pizza River Crab.
Is it?
Pizza Squirrel was captured putting away a big slice in Chicago's Ukrainian village, all by itself. That's an impressive amount of za for a rodent. And sure, we all know an adorable animal mascot can do wonders for your pizza franchise. But now we finally know the reason why. Or one of the reasons, at least. In 2020, researchers at the University of Leeds demonstrated through science what we all suspected, but didn't have the data to back. Looking at pictures of adorable animals lowers blood pressure and reduces anxiety. So, any struggling Pizza Hut franchisees out there should think about reaching out to Pizza Rat's agent. In 2013, the Saskatchewan Ministry of
fuck is a
Agriculture
Pizza Rat?
created an initiative
exactly what
to
it
help
sounds
third and
like. He's
fourth grade
just
students
a little guy
understand
who
where their
loves
food
pizza.
comes from. They needed to develop
Yeah.
an innovative curriculum that
The
9-year-olds could
giant
understand.
rat that makes
So
all
they
the rules
turned
had to
the
get a new
universal
job after
language
Rat
of
Movie.
pizza. Using a circular plot of land, they partitioned off 10 separate wedges and planted a different crop in each individual wedge. On the ground, this organizational strategy may have seemed impractical, but to anyone obsessed with cheese delivery systems, it was only too obvious. They were making a giant pizza. Meet Pizza Farm. It was the one-stop shop for all things pizza. The farm grew tomatoes, garlic, onions, oregano, peppers, and wheat. They even had some cows and pigs on the farm, you know, in case anyone ordered a meat lovers. So the kids got a chance to learn that pizza does not grow on trees. And the community came together to make something special, a giant pizza. Art. The word means different things to different people. To some artists, like Otto Gillen, it means pizza. Hey, us too. At least, Gillen sure believed pizza was an art when he created his Untitled Vanitas, a still life photo of an irresistibly cheesy pepperoni pie that echoes the Dutch Baroque style. Only rivaled in its artistry by perhaps the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, Untitled Vanitas demonstrates life's ephemerality by use of chromogenic printing, UV glass, mahogany,
Photogenic printing?
and screws. Don't get those
These
toppings
pizza
on a
tree
pizza.
seeds?
It was just one of over 25 pieces contributed to the 2013 Pizza Time exhibition in
Pizza
New York
Time.
City. According to curator Vera Nakov,
You reuse a
pizza
joke
is a
from, like,
metaphor for
I think
community,
back when I
and
first
Pizza
was talking
Time
to you.
was meant to reflect
You've heard of
this.
Pizza Time.
Other works featured
Where's
during the
Pizza
exhibition
Space?
included
Truly.
John Reifenhoff's Physical Pizza Networking Theory, a 97-centimeter pizza that was topped off by many smaller pizzas, and Michel Devereaux's Caveman on Pizza, a colored pencil and airbrush work featuring a prehistoric man riding a giant slice of za. Maybe you can get that on a t-shirt. In what may be Earth's most recent pizza innovation, Pizza Hut broke the record for the world's largest pizza in January of 2023 by using 13,653 pounds of dough, 8,800 pounds of cheese, 4,948 pounds of marinara sauce, and over 500,000 pepperoni slices, they created a pie that covered nearly 14,000 square feet. Oh boy, how many booking
Jesus.
certificates would it take to get that thing? In order to accomplish this, they had to cook the pizza in sections. Otherwise, they'd have to buy a flamethrower for every Pizza Hut employee in the state. The hulking hunk of doughy decadence produced 68,000 slices, which was more than enough to feed a giant pizza party held in honor of the massive achievement. For now, at least, no one out-pizzas the Hut. So what do you think? Which of these innovations surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other great weird history food videos.
Right, Ash, what was the Domino's jingle you're wanting to do?
I'll take a look. It is Domino's Jingle by Paul and Storm. Paul like Paul from Dune.
Paul and the Storm?
Yes. I remember everything, and by remember everything, I mean I can scroll up through stuff.
With your Domino's pizza, eat the box because it tastes the same.
I was wondering why that was gonna be so fitting. Holy shit. When was that from? Cause like I know Domino's had like a much worse rap before they did their big like overhaul thing years ago.
KFC. For when you want fast food to feel
Now
like
it's
you
chicken
actually
time.
have a family to share it with. But
And
what's
then
the
he
deal with the
chickened all over
international
those
franchise's
guys.
huge success story? And more importantly, is that guy even a real colonel? Today on Weird History Food, we're spilling the secrets of Kentucky Fried Chicken. But before we get into it, do us a favor and hit that little subscriber bell. And
Oh my
while
god,
you're
I
at
misheard
it,
that
let
as
us
is
know
he
in the
even a
comments
real
what other
turtle?
fast food secrets
Is
you
he
would
though?
like to hear about next.
I was
Okay,
so
time to get out
confused
those
how
little
turtles
plastic
were at all
sporks,
relevant to
because
this
we're diving
conversation.
right in, like a side of mashed potatoes. Before it became one of the largest franchises in the world, KFC's fried chicken empire had humble beginnings as a diner attached to a gas station. Huh, that sounds dieselicious. That's right. Harland Sanders was a Shell Oil franchisee in Corbin, Kentucky, and started cooking different foods to improve sales. He quickly realized that his chicken was a winner, and soon his gas station turned into the first official KFC restaurant, called Sanders Court and Cafe. Originally, Sanders served chicken dishes, as well as steak, ham, and more. But he soon found his customers gravitating to just one kind of protein. Eventually, business got so good, Harlan was able to quit the gas life forever. Now that's finger-licking good news. But, wipe your hands first. They kind of smell like fumes. Here's another fun fact about the Colonel. Colonel Sanders was never actually a colonel of anything other than the fried chicken army. That didn't stop him from trying to join up to serve his country, though. When Harlan was just 16, he falsified a birth certificate to get into the army.
Like
But
you
his
do.
stint didn't last long, as he was honorably discharged from Cuba just 3 months later. So where did he get the name Colonel? Turns out, in Kentucky, the title of Colonel is not just reserved for military officers. It's actually a high honor given to individuals who've done exceptional work for their community, state, and nation. What kind of outstanding service did the Colonel do to earn that name? According to KFC lore, which is helpfully reprinted on their website, in 1935, Ruby LaFoon,
Oh, hey,
the governor
Venom.
of Kentucky,
Welcome back.
dubbed Harlan the Colonel.
I am
in
doing
recognition of
some
his
art tonight, working on some
contributions to the
emotes,
state's cuisine.
and we're watching some
Presumably,
weird history
LaFoon
food
granted
while I'm at
Sanders
it.
the title by knighting him
Sanders
with
shot a
Johnson.
guy. Yeah, he
Kentucky was
did. He
henceforth
got in
associated
fucking
What?
with fried
gunfights,
chicken,
dude.
And Harlan was forever known as
What
the
the
Colonel.
fuck?
Colonel Sanders.
Just like the
Shakespeare,
deep
not
KFC
fried,
lore?
but also fried.
I mean,
Harlan went as far as to
fucking
change his appearance to appear
Colonel
more
Sanders
colonel-like,
like plotted to
which is
kidnap
apparently
his
what that
own
book is
kids.
supposed to
Like
be.
he
And
has
so
like some
thoroughly lived up to
crazy
the title
fucking
that he was
history.
redubbed in
I knew
1949,
absolutely
becoming the only person
nothing
to be
about this man.
colonelized
Jesus
twice
fucking
over.
Christ. Well, okay, I knew he was from Kentucky, but I actually wasn't sure if he made that
Colonel
up.
Sanders was on a mission to sling his chicken across the nation. And by 1955, he had
So
sold
just
his
hearing
gas
all
station
of
and
this
hit
shit
the
that
road
he
to try his
did
hand at the
is
franchise
just
game.
completely
3
fucking
years
absurd
prior,
to me.
he'd
Jesus
convinced his
Christ.
friend Pete Harmon
Yeah,
to sell the
he's
chicken
kinda
at his
batshit.
Doodad Inn restaurant in Salt Lake City. And sell
my
it
God.
they did. After adding Sanders' specialty to the menu, sales increased by a whopping 75%. But Harmon wasn't just riding Sanders' extra crispy coattails. He contributed to the KFC legacy by creating the original chicken bucket. Weird that more fast food restaurants haven't tried the bucket approach. It seems to have been the key to KFC's success. They just needed a name for their venture. A painter friend of Sanders named Don Anderson came up with Kentucky Fried Chicken. KFC was catching on, quickly becoming the McDonald's of chicken across the nation as restaurants agreed to become licensed KFC establishments. One
Everything
early
I hear
chef
about
impressed
Sanders,
by
the more I think
Colonel
he's
and
actually
Harmon's
from
offerings
Ohio.
was named Dave
God.
Thomas. That's right, Mr. Founder of Wendy's himself. And it was actually Thomas who came up with the logo for the chicken buckets. As it turns out, KFC was a collaborative creation. The Colonel's primary contribution was coming up with a recipe and bringing the swag. The Colonel created such a big reputation for himself that even 39 years after his death, his personal belongings are still being auctioned off to the highest bidder. Some of the items that were up for auction include the Colonel's signature white suit, his Stetson hat, belt buckle, and smaller items that were treasured by fans of the famous fast food chain. These articles of memorabilia came into the hands of Dick Miller, who was the Colonel's personal driver. Miller drove Sanders around the country to different KFC franchises. And although he speaks fondly of the Colonel, he has also noted that Sanders was not the easiest boss to work for. In fact, Miller only remembered being given one day off in his entire career of driving the Colonel. Chicken never sleeps. However, despite the challenges, Miller did come to own this incredible collection of the Colonel's belongings, which were sold by heritage auctions. His explanation for selling such treasured items was simple. He knew that his children would sell them if he didn't do it before he died. That's a really good reason. Even the most open of kitchens can still find plenty of places to keep secrets. Few, though, are as well hidden as that of Colonel Sanders' 11 herbs and spices. It's a mystery so big, KFC hired 2 different companies to split production of the recipe, so that neither one would know the complete formula. Yum Brands, the parent company of KFC, claims to still have the original recipe, handwritten by the Colonel himself in 1940. But that handwritten chicken spell is reportedly locked in an underground vault under constant video surveillance. That isn't to say you can't buy your own supply of these coveted herbs and spices, as long as you don't mind contraband chicken. Frusion claimed in 2018 to have cracked the Colonel's recipe, a mystery that had been so heavily guarded since the 40s. It was like casually announcing you could solve a Rubik's Cube from the inside out, using only prime numbers and a shrink ray. Desperate chicken junkies were more than happy to satisfy their cravings by turning to Frusion's famous seasoned breading. Yeah, they couldn't directly call it KFC's secret recipe, but it's possible to read between the lines of Frusion's description of its popular item, which claims to recreate your favorite high street fried chicken takeout at home. Considering they don't really have Chick-fil-A in London, it's not hard to guess whose fried chicken they're talking about. Even though we all know the KFC recipe is a closely guarded secret, these spice bag purchasers swear that it's as close to the real thing as anyone's ever going to get. KFC was the first Western chain to open a restaurant in China. Over 30 years later, it's still the best performing fast food chain in the country, with more than 8,100 outlets in over 1,600 cities. That's a lot of herbs and spices. In fact, a 2013 study by a research firm named Milford Brown concluded that KFC was the #1 most
Why do
powerful
you say that so
foreign
fucking
brand in China.
suspiciously?
That's clucking nuts.
Milford Brown.
KFC
huh?
opened its first Chinese restaurant in the capital city of Beijing in 1987. By 1988, the Beijing restaurant had the highest volume of sales of KFC in the world. But that doesn't mean it was all gravy. In 2001, China was struggling to import potatoes, leading to a shortage of our favorite side, the hot mash. Well, second favorite, after the mac and cheese. Wait, do biscuits count as a side? Okay, maybe third favorite. But the important thing is, mashed potatoes are up there. Previously, China's KFCs were targeted by citizens protesting the bombing of the Chinese embassy in Belgrade during the NATO air campaign against Yugoslavia back in 1999. But even with those setbacks, KFC still had some huge successes in China. In 2002, China got its first drive-thru restaurant. And guess whose chicken tendies were being served?
Have good,
That's
Sweet
right,
Posh. Thanks for
the
stopping by.
Colonel's. Japan also has a special claim over
You
Colonel
don't, I'll
Sanders
find you
fried
and
chicken.
tuck you in.
KFC's
Oh
all-you-can-eat
my
buffet
God.
restaurant
Aw,
in
the
Osaka.
fucks.
And
I
all-you-can-eat
don't remember adding
KFC.
that.
That's both awesome and
Let
terrifying.
me join?
Like
What, the
King
KFC?
Kong suddenly appearing at a monster truck rally. Customers are given an hour and a half to gorge themselves on as much fried chicken as they can fit in their bellies. And we don't know you, but 90 minutes sounds like more than enough time to eat all of the popcorn chicken in the entire universe.
Bro,
And
did
let's
all
not
of
forget about the other
you, did any of you
popular menu
guys
items
see
they
the
have,
fucking,
like pasta,
this is from
sausages,
years
and
ago,
salads.
but the
Whatever,
Chocobo
salads.
promotion
The
for
restaurant has
KFC in
over
Japan?
100 seats and plenty of
I
space
think I
for
may have,
families
like,
with
heard of
small,
that.
energetic children
Where you
looking
had to,
eat
like,
their weight in famous
eat
bowls.
a
And if the
really
aesthetics
big,
of the
like,
place
chicken
don't
meal
please
to get
you,
a mount
the
in
smell
Final Fantasy
certainly will.
XIV.
But let's talk about the most important thing.
It's fucking
the
nuts.
taste.
And there are,
As
like,
it turns out, the recipe was
there were great
adapted to
memes about it,
accommodate
'cause people
local
were talking about, like,
preferences. So, if you're
bro,
from a
I went
Western
to the
country,
bathroom
you
and
might notice
they
a
like
slight
took my meal
regional
and
difference.
replaced it with a
But
new
don't
one.
worry, you'll still
Like-
recognize that classic
Holy
KFC
shit.
flavor.
Like, just, like,
Just
insane
don't forget to leave room
stuff.
for dessert, like coffee jelly and ice cream. And if you need to wash the taste of coffee jelly out of your mouth, don't worry. There's all-you-can-drink beer for a small price upon entry. Unlimited chicken and beer. Is this heaven? Because it sounds like heaven. Piles of all-you-can-eat fried chicken and coffee jelly aren't what made KFC big in Japan. The restaurant is also part of the country's biggest holiday tradition. Now, as holiday rituals go, buying a bucket of fast food may seem a little modern. Then again, the Americana Santa Claus comes from a Coca-Cola ad from 1931. So don't throw drumsticks in glass houses. Japan was only 40 years late to the game when the first KFC opened its doors, but within a year of opening, sales were sluggish. The country, seemingly, had no appetite for American fried food. As the holidays approached, an entrepreneurial store manager
Sounds like
named
America,
Takashi
yeah.
Okawara realized that you could repackage two distinctly unpopular types of Americana to Japanese customers to great success. He began telling Japanese customers about the American tradition of eating buckets full of fried poultry during the holidays, the Yuletide party barrel, so to speak. Okawara started selling barrels himself, along with bottles of wine. You know, 2 sides, a biscuit, and a nice Chianti. Soon, the public was lining up to try Japan's take on the Kentucky Christmas bucket. Okawara proposed that the other KFC Japan outlets follow his barrel lead, which he leaned into by erecting giant statues of the Colonel for customers to take pictures with. Kind of like a Colonel Sanders Claus. He does kind of look like a Coca-Cola ad. Today, it's not unusual to see lines wrapped around the block on Christmas, as unlucky denizens who missed pre-ordering often have to camp out for spots
Can
days in
you
advance.
fucking
An
imagine
estimated 3 million
pre-ordering
Japanese families will
KFC
eat
for
KFC on
Christmas?
which makes approximately
Jesus.
1/3 of the chain's annual sales per holiday. Meanwhile, Okawara would go on to become the CEO and president of KFC Japan from 1984 to 2002. Some say Okawara's bucket story doesn't hold water, and the billion-dollar idea was actually invented by an ad exec attempting to drum up chicken sales. But even Okawara eventually confessed to being responsible for promoting Kentucky Christmas, an entirely fictional American holiday, to market KFC to Japanese customers. The Colonel would be proud.
Kentucky Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the king of decadence, the Double Down Burger. The mad scientists at KFC decided to permanently raise the bar of sandwich creation with this delectable monstrosity. The Double Down consists of bacon, melted cheese, and barbecue sauce, smashed between 2 pieces of deep-fried chicken. It is not for the faint of heart, or for anyone trying to maintain a healthy diet. But let's be honest, nobody horking down one of these babies is counting calories. The Double Down was first announced on April Fool's Day in 2010, leading many to believe it was a prank because the sandwich was so deliciously unhinged. Originally, the Double Down was supposed to be a limited-time deal,
This is what
but
Patton
only
talks
1
about?
month after
Wait,
its
Patton-
release,
oh, Patton
KFC
Oswalt?
announced it would
Oh.
be putting obesity back on the
Oh.
menu for good. After enjoying
Makes
its 15
sense,
minutes
yeah.
of fame thanks to a spot on The Colbert Show and making the rounds in a pre-TikTok era of YouTube challenges, the sandwich was ultimately discontinued in 2014, which is probably for the best. Our hearts may be broken, but at least they're still beating, for now. So what do you think? Good or finger-licking good? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other
Can't believe
weird
they didn't
history
reveal,
food videos.
the most well-hidden KFC secret.
How do you innovate a
Huh?
chicken sandwich?
It doesn't
You get rid of
actually
the bread
stand for
to
Kentucky Fried
maximize the
Chicken.
chicken. The
stands
KFC
for
Double
fucking
Down
bulk
is 2
torture.
strips of bacon,
fucking
2
God,
slices
shut
of Monterey
up.
Jack and pepper jack cheese,
like you have to
with
burn
Colonel
yourself
sauce
to eat.
sandwiched between 2 boneless chicken fillets. No buns allowed. Today, we're going to take a look at the heart-stopping history of KFC's Double Down sandwich.
make
But
this
before we get started, be sure to
darker.
subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, please leave a comment and let us know what other fast food menu items you would like to hear about. Okay, grab a bib, because this one's gonna be finger-licking good. In the realm of fast food, it's rare to encounter something truly original. Domino's offers basically the same menu as Papa John's, depending on whether you're in the mood for thin cardboard or chewy dough with a bunch of sauce. Subway has a similar menu to Blimpie's, and McDowell's is as close to a complete ripoff of McDonald's as it can legally be without getting its kneecaps broken by Ronald McDonald. But as far as anyone can tell, KFC's Double Down wasn't based on any pre-existing sandwich sold at another
Every
fast
time I
food
hear
chain.
Double Down, I think of
While
the
its name
Overkill
is
song.
certainly an allusion to the game of blackjack, as well as the general
Yeah.
concept of going all in on heart disease,
Do you think
the
Source
rest
Machine would
is
eat
pure
KFC?
Kentucky Fried ingenuity.
Probably.
The story of the Double Down begins in August of 2009, when KFC
Can I
placed
swear,
the
Cash?
sandwich in two test
Someone say
markets,
caulk
one
and
in
balls.
Omaha, Nebraska,
Caulk and
and the other
balls.
in Providence, Rhode Island.
Yes, I did.
Thanks to commercials run in the test markets,
Yeah, but
ads
like-
in
Venom, you
newspapers,
must
and
know.
word of
The
mouth,
There is
wallpaper
no
kind.
escape
didn't
from
take
cock
long
and
for
ball
news of the
torture.
breadless
Sandwich
to
looks so
spread
good.
far and wide.
I don't know,
Those
dude.
tests must have gone well,
Like-
because just 11 days later,
If it
on
were
April
anything
1st,
but
2010,
KFC,
KFC announced
maybe.
that it would take the sandwich nationwide.
KFC
Given that
kinda
the announcement
trash,
came on
bro.
April Fool's Day,
I'm sorry.
many Americans concluded the Double Down
But,
was a
like,
prank. The sandwich's
Popeyes,
tagline, "So
Zaxby's,
meaty, there's no
Cane's.
room for the bun," didn't do
Oh, they're
much
talking
to
about
thwart
the
that misconception.
Double Down, I think?
But
Yeah,
the
but
sandwich
not-
was all
not the
too
overkill
real.
level.
KFC even added a clock to their website that counted down to the release of the Double Down, like it was the timer to the delicious bomb about to be unleashed on the colons of millions of Kentucky
Do
Fried
you think
customers.
we get TOS if
The
we
Double
put on
Down
the
was
Super
finally
Mario
released
Cock
on
and Ball
April
Torture the
12th,
whole experience?
2010.
Oh my
KFC had
God.
originally stated that it would only be
Probably
available for
not.
a limited time
However,
until May 23rd, 2010.
It's like a 2-minute
But the
thing, and I
highly
think
experimental
everyone in
sandwich
chat
proved
should
much more
experience it
popular
at
than
some
the
point in
chicken
their
chain
lives.
ever expected. On May 19th, the company changed its mind and announced the Double Down would become a permanent addition to the menu.
If nothing else, I will post it in the media share.
Now,
Yeah, feel
nobody
free to do
ever
that.
accused the Double Down of being a
Okay.
health food item. It's bacon and cheese, slathered in mayonnaise and pinned between two hunks of fried meat. Remember, the sandwich was so
I'm also
intentionally
going to listen
decadent
to it
that many
myself. I
people
actually
assumed
have
it
an
was a
intense
prank.
association of it
Nutritionists,
with
for their part, were
Alicia from
downright
Metroid Prime 3,
horrified.
and you know
but
why.
how unhealthy could it really be?
Bacon and
Oh,
cheese
fuck.
wrapped in fried chicken or living.
According to KFC itself, the sandwich has 540 calories. Double Down actually contains more like 1,228 calories, which means a single sandwich is roughly half the recommended daily caloric intake of the average person, or the first hour of one of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's cheat days. In fact, according to the Daily Mail, the Double Down has more calories
Wonder if
than
that
2
reads well.
Big Macs. Keep in
If it's
mind that
KFC, I
beyond
don't
the
know. Yeah, like, I'd
astronomical
maybe
calorie
eat it if it
count,
was somewhere
the Double Down
else, but
contains 1,380
the
milligrams of
KFC,
salt,
bro?
32 grams of fat, and 10 grams of cholesterol-laden saturated fat. And that's just the sandwich. All of these numbers get even worse when you factor in a soda and fries. And if you've already decided to order a Double Down, it's not like you're going to skip the fries. You've come this far. If you burn
Bring
your
back
wings
the
flying
fucking
this close
wedges,
to
you
the sun,
cowards.
so be it.
Sorry, I can't hear you over Mario Cock and Ball Torture.
One of the
God.
strangest aspects of the Double Down was its timing. As many have
Also, I
pointed
have a
out,
cool
when the Double
Overkill
Down
fact
was
for you
released,
later.
2/3 of the population of the United States was considered overweight or obese. To combat the obesity epidemic, fast food chains at the time were generally trying to add healthier options to their menus, like salads, fruit, and grilled chicken breasts. As such, advanced reactions to the Double Down in the media were almost exclusively about how grotesque it looked. A columnist for SF-Gate even wondered which executive at KFC said, "Let's go against every shred of human decency, common sense, and even the First Lady's humble plea to get us to please quit making the country so stupidly obese and sick, and sell a truly disgusting creation." Sure, sure, sure. But have you actually tried one?
Oh, wow.
You might think that KFC would have been upset by
Oh,
all the
wow.
negative reactions, but some marketing experts actually think
They'll
that
never
was
bring the
really
wedges
whole
back. They
point
don't
all
like good
along.
ideas. I wonder
The
if
Double
they still
Down
have
was
them
so
overseas.
unapologetically over the top that it may have always been intended to get KFC's name in the headlines. Any publicity is good publicity. Speaking to Salon in 2010, one fast food industry expert theorized that KFC was targeting working class consumers that have less discretionary income and are looking for a very satisfying meal. The idea here is that people would be buying the Double Down not because it was good, but because it was a lot of food for a little money. This does make some sense. Demographically speaking, KFC is perceived as having higher quality than places like Popeyes or Church's Chicken, but not.
Bitch, who the fuck is saying that? Who on earth is saying KFC is perceived as having higher quality food than Popeyes or Church's? You must be out of your fucking mind.
You must live somewhere where neither of those other places are.
Yeah, like,
Can confirm I live somewhere where neither of those other places are.
KFC is generally perceived by KFC franchise owners to have higher quality food. Horse shit, dude. KFC is bottom of the barrel. Like, it's so fuck. They must live somewhere depressing, dude. Now, it's kind of a toss-up with Churches now, because Churches fucked me over. Nah, bro. Linty, I'm sorry. Churches did me dirty. They changed their...
I've never been to one. I can't comment on this situation.
They changed their tenders recipe. They had really good, like, crispy tenders. And they changed the recipe, and now they taste like fucking cafeteria tenders. Still probably better than KFC, but, like, it's so... They taste so fucking cheap now. They don't taste like Churches
not
anymore.
Not as a joke, but
like,
because I'm pretty sure Colonel Sanders put his nuts in chicken.
But, like, I have never felt so betrayed as when I went to Churches the first time after they changed their recipe. The first time I thought it was a fucking fluke, dude. I thought that, like, maybe this one franchise was, like, fucking around and doing something different. But no, it was, like, a national thing. It's, like, a uniform recipe change everywhere. It's so fucked up. So Popeyes has, like, won for now in my heart. And then I've got, like, Zaxby's here. Zaxby's is good, too.
Yeah, I also don't have that.
I don't think they taste that bad, but they definitely aren't as good. Yeah, like, that, I would still probably rank them above KFC, even in light of the change. But they were so fucking, like, crispy and delicious before. What possessed them to make that change? They're so fucking lame now. Anyway, okay.
Quite in the league of something like Chick-fil-A, where all the robber barons go for their chicken. Generally speaking, KFC's consumer base is blue-collar. At the same time, a sandwich like the Double Down could also appeal to higher-end consumers who are looking for a lower-end meal. After all, if you're going to go slumming in a chicken sandwich sense, might as well go all the way.
Had Popeyes once and wasn't a fan of me to try them again. Popeyes has been very consistently good for me.
In the decade after its release, the Double Down became something
open
of
new
a pop
franchises,
culture phenomenon.
And
the
they're like
was added to the menus of KFC's
most of the problems I have at Popeyes are like service, right? Like it's a bad franchise.
Became a
But
fad
the
on
food's
YouTube.
like
Stephen
consistently
Colbert
good.
even ate one on Comedy Central's The Colbert Report. Double Down T-shirts and merchandise even became a thing. No word on whether they sold bibs or adult diapers. But despite its popularity, the Double Down would only remain on the menu in American KFCs until the end of 2015. However, despite being out of sight, the Double Down was never quite out of mind. Ever since the sandwich was first announced, amateur chefs have attempted to recreate it. You could find plenty of recipes to try with just a quick internet search. You can even find variations on the infamous sandwich, including a vegetarian Double Down. You know, if you're a coward. In response, KFC has occasionally humored fans by bringing the sandwich back for limited runs in various countries. Double Downs were briefly sold in Canadian KFCs in 2021. A year later, Italian KFCs offered the legendary artery blocker for a short stint. Near pun intended. The heart wants what will stop it. Once they saw how popular it was, KFC doubled down on the Double Down, offering several tantalizing variations on the mouth-watering monstrosity. The Zinger Double Down uses KFC's spicier batter recipe and adds some sliced jalapenos and chipotle mayonnaise into the mix for when you need to get to heartburn fast. And if you think that's too much of a good thing, think again, because there's also the Zinger Double Down King. It's only available in South Korea, but it might be worth the trip for aficionados, because this Double Down somehow manages to cram in a full beef patty along with everything else sandwiched between its fried chicken fillet.
That's kind of
Meanwhile,
fucking
in
nuts.
Canada, where the Double Down
A
became
fucking
KFC's best-selling new
burger
menu
Double
item
Down.
ever, selling over 350,000 units
Imagine
in
the
less than 10
fucking
days.
calories.
Loyal customers were rewarded with the Waffle Double Down, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's your basic Double Down with a Belgian waffle and maple-flavored aioli slopped in between the chicken buns. Sounds good, eh? And if you happen to be in the Philippines in 2016, you might have been lucky enough to catch the limited-time-only Double Down G, which incorporated some crispy fried spinach into the recipe as well as a secret green sauce. Considering what we already know goes into a Double Down, we're sort of worried about what ingredient could have been so extreme that they decided to keep it secret. The Philippines is also home to the Junior Double Down, which is essentially just a smaller version of the sandwich. In August of 2020, Australian KFCs were given the Zinger Mozzarella Double, which included Zinger-coated mozzarella-filled patties and mozzarella cheese. This Double Down, however, was only available through a secret menu accessible through KFC's delivery app. But it didn't stay secret for long. Instructions on how to order it were eventually revealed on TikTok. Australians struck it rich again in September of 2021 when KFC Australia introduced the Pizza Double, which incorporated pizza sauce and pepperoni slices. There was also a Hawaiian Double Down, which included a slice of pineapple and barbecue sauce, and was only available in Singapore and never in Hawaii. KFC even drummed up some halal-friendly versions of the formidable sandwich that replaced the bacon with strips of turkey or even more chicken. And let's not forget the Double Down Dog, a hot dog wrapped in a chicken fillet and then smothered in sauce and mayo. The Double Down Dog was also only available in the Philippines, which is enough to make the crossover market of hot dog and Double Down fans green with jealous rage. Once upon a time, America was all about the beef, as demonstrated by the dominance of chains like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. But since oversaturation has made it increasingly difficult to make a mark in the burger market, Americans have been increasingly turning to chicken. Chicken consumption in the U.S. has actually risen 16.6% per capita since 2010. Meanwhile, in the same amount of time, beef consumption has declined by almost 3%. Fast food businesses, always eager to give their customers what they want, have taken notice and are all trying to wet their respective beaks in the chicken market. While almost every fast food chain offers some type of chicken sandwich, it was Popeyes that turned the spirited competition into an all-out war. On August 12th,
I'll be back. Need to
2019,
get a
Popeyes
snack after all
launched
this food
their
talk. Yeah,
fried
get a
chicken
snack.
sandwich, and nothing has been the same since. The sandwich, which has become more popular than the franchise ever dreamed, completely sold out within 2 weeks of launch. Even more importantly, with an average of 1,000 chicken sandwiches being purchased per store per day, Popeyes saw its foot traffic double. The success of their chicken sandwich was almost single-handedly responsible for a 38% jump in Popeyes' same-store sales reported in the fourth quarter of 2019. McDonald's, conversely, saw its chicken sales dip in roughly the same period, a development they attributed to competitive pressure from the Popeyes sandwich. If imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, Popeyes is probably feeling pretty flattered, because the success of its chicken sandwich has spawned a whole lot of clones. In July of 2020, Fatburger responded with its King's Hawaiian Crispy Chicken Sandwich. The following September, Chick-fil-A put its Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich into testing. A month later, Church's released its Church's Chicken Sandwich, and Wendy's upgraded its classic chicken sandwich to new competitive standards. December of the same year brought Jack in the Box's Cluck Sandwich, and January saw the arrival of Sonic's Chicken Slinger. Carl Jr.'s BLT Ranch Big Chicken Sandwich, Shake Shack's Korean-style Fried Chicken Sandwich, and Boston Market's Nashville Hot Crispy Chicken Sandwich. It was a huge January for chicken sandwich lovers. and for people who still eat at Boston Market. KFC stayed quiet until 2021 when they responded to the challenge by cooking up their own Popeye-style chicken sandwich. The sandwich, a quarter-pound white meat double-breaded extra crispy chicken breast fillet, pickles and mayo or spicy sauce on a freshly toasted brioche bun, doubled sales expectations in a test market and is now widely available. Only time will tell how it will do compared to its numerous competitors. But if KFC really wants to win the chicken sandwich wars, it might be time to bring back the Double Down.
Double down on KFC's Double Down.
So what do you think? Will the Double Down tickle your fancy? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos.
The play place, the clown, the Happy Meal, those weird aluminum ashtrays. For many, McDonald's evokes feelings of childhood nostalgia. But beneath the glow of those golden arches, a darker, more terrifying truth lies in wait, ready to hamburglarize your delicious memories of their youthful innocence. Today, we're going to expose secret facts about McDonald's.
There we go.
Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel and let us know in the comments below what other fast food secrets you would like to hear about. Okay, time to blow the lid off all of Uncle O'Grimacy's DUIs. While in recent years, Ronald McDonald has been relegated to a desk job at the McDonald's Corporation, the clown played an integral role in growing the company's image. The grease-painted burger huckster first showed up in 1963 advertisements that played exclusively in the Washington, D.C. area.
Introducing the world's newest, silliest, and hamburger-eatingest clown, Ronald McDonald.
Apparently, D.C. has a big clown demographic.
Can you imagine Ronald McDonald
must
being
have
like
tickled the hearts and minds of our nation's
culturally
leaders
relevant?
because the ad campaign was a huge success. It launched Ronald McDonald into the national spotlight, though the company dropped the original actor who portrayed him, allegedly for being overweight. Wouldn't wanna
Fucked
give people
up,
the idea that
McDonald's.
eating at McDonald's stretches your
Wait,
veins out.
what?
let
They wanted to take
let
an
Ronald
active
be
clown to sell their
large.
burgers, and so they
Oh my
recast the
God.
part and broadcast
Why did I
it
think you
new
were going to
Ronald
say
TV
let
sets
Ronald
across the
McDonald
nation.
fuck?
To this day, the
That
company doesn't
too.
acknowledge that Ronald is a character portrayed by multiple
Why did
actors,
I-
and they instead refer to him as a single individual. When asked how Ronald could
Wait, what do you
possibly
mean
be
that-
everywhere all at once, the clown put out an official statement for himself. If I told you my secrets, they wouldn't be secrets anymore. If these play place walls could talk. French fries are a dependable treat for any vegetarian looking to scarf down some delicious McCalories with their meat-eating friends. The popular burger sidekick menu item is nothing but potatoes, salt, and lots of oil. What could possibly go wrong? As it turns out, plenty. From the company's
I do that.
1940 inception and during the 50 years that followed, McDonald's cooked its fries in beef tallow. In addition to being extremely tasty, beef tallow is just a longer way of saying cow fat, which, as we know, is not generally part of a vegetarian diet. A decades-long movement against saturated fat eventually made the company reconsider this practice. In 1990, McDonald's announced they would make the change to cook their fries in vegetable oil. Vegetarians across the country rejoiced. At last, they too could keep their eyes on their fries. Little did these meatless fry lovers know, beef was still hiding among the fries' natural ingredients. Since a beef extract was added to the fries before being flash frozen and distributed to restaurants, FDA regulations did not require the ingredient to be specifically listed. In 2001, this little-known secret became public, and the public was outraged. For its part, McDonald's claims
So,
to
like,
have never said their fries were vegetarian.
If
That
they
this stopped
had
various religious
like
groups from suing
beef
and
stuff
successfully
in the
settling with
fries,
corporation for supersized
what was the
amounts
point of
money.
making the change from frying them in beef tallow to frying them in just
Hey,
vegetable
speaking
oil?
of supersized,
If they were
in
still
the 2004
containing
documentary
beef.
Supersize Me, filmmaker Morgan Spurlock set
What
out to
point?
eat nothing but McDonald's
I
for
don't get
30
it.
straight days.
Every 8-year-old's dream right now that I'm getting ready to fulfill.
Over those 30 days, he gained 18 pounds, became increasingly ill, and began to show signs of liver damage, a series of ailments usually reserved for the holiday season.
My advice to you as a physician.
You guys didn't miss anything. I was just gonna go get some water.
While Supersize
You
Me
missed
has been
the
shown in health
Supersize
classes
Me
across
diagram
America
where it
ever
pointed
since
at
its
his
release,
dick and
the film
said
did a lot more
worthless.
than give teachers an excuse
Um,
to nurse their hangovers.
Yeah, no, sorry. I
Learn
was
about
just like
record
getting
losses through
really
McDonald's
lightheaded and
Corporation.
probably
The
felt
Golden
like I
Arches
shouldn't
did
stay
away with
that
their
way.
latest
Yeah,
larger-than-life
that sounds
Supersize
concerning.
option just 6 weeks
Yeah,
after
well,
the
I
film's
I just
release.
have probably not had enough water today. Just in general.
Yeah,
Same
make
thing.
sure to hydrate. Also eat. Make sure to eat food too.
I did actually. I've eaten relatively well today.
Nice. That's what I like to hear.
Oh my god, why are you so concerned about this with me?
Because I've literally done the same thing.
Oh my god.
It tends to give me fucking headaches when I like don't
See,
eat.
it usually doesn't for me. Like, usually it takes me a lot for me to get to that point.
It's still not healthy.
The real kicker was where the McAfrica was released. It was a Norwegian exclusive. Aid groups everywhere disparaged the marketing campaign for being poorly timed. Norway is one of the world's wealthiest countries, and many saw the McAfrica as a slap at those who were starving half a world away. McDonald's apologized and permitted aid groups to place collection boxes within its restaurants, but still allowed the ill-advised campaign to run its course. What's more, they launched the product again to similar dismay during the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Maybe they should have brought back the McSalad shaker instead. It's no secret that McDonald's ice cream machines seem to be perpetually out of service.
Can I just get one vanilla ice cream cone?
The machines have a 4-hour self-cleaning process that puts them out of commission nightly. This must make them spick and span, right? Well, maybe if soft-serve scoops of unnameable gunk are your thing. Current and past McDonald's employees have taken to the internet to blow the whistle on the funky dessert dispensers louder than Officer Big Mac in a deadly intersection. Sometimes, though, not even the staff knows just how dirty the machines have gotten. In one such instance, a Piqua, Ohio ice cream machine went rogue and sent several Sunday lovers to the hospital. A mechanical issue within the machine caused Staphylococcus to grow unchecked and unclean. Over 120
That's so
people were
fucking
sickened by the
scary,
contamination,
dude.
including one woman whose kidneys shut down. McDonald's faced a predictable McFlurry of lawsuits as a result, although the fast food giant insisted it was an isolated incident.
At McDonald's, we do it all for you.
Tell that to the judge, you smooth-talking clown. Speaking of lawsuits, it should come as no surprise that America's largest fast food chain has had its fair share of them. In 1956, Earl and Dorothy McDonald, no relation to the clown, opened the McDonald's Family Restaurant in Fairbury, Illinois. Their son, Ronald McDonald, again, no relation to the clown, eventually inherited the family business. In 1993, the clown showed up in town, and the McDonald's fast food restaurant opened just down the road. The McDonald's Corporation allegedly proceeded.
I'm the only one in the house awake, so obviously every move I made was 80% louder. Yeah, I've been there.
This is why I am Solid Snake.
It's somehow it's like 99% worse when you're not at your house. Like, I'm pretty used to just like, you know, bouncing around my own, like my dad's house, while everybody's asleep. But if I ever like visited my grandparents or like my extended family, then it would be like, yeah, every single thing I do is gonna like blow the fucking house up. So when I'm not in my house, I don't move. Valid.
Wow. But, you know, I don't know, I've just gotten, like, really good at not making noise.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like Solid Snake in this bitch, you should put me in a box.
God.
I need to look up cute pictures of foxes sitting in boxes.
It's outrageous, egregious, preposterous.
Oh, that is a very good fox.
Anything but a frivolous lawsuit. 79-year-old Stella Lieback purchased a coffee at a McDonald's drive-thru. While parked, she attempted to add cream and sugar to the burning hot beverage. The coffee spilled into her lap, resulting in grievous injuries. The coffee had been so hot that Lieback needed skin grafts and hospital visits that cost her an estimated $20,000 in medical costs and lost income. The courts awarded her $3 million in punitive damages, and the public was outraged. Little did they know that Lieback's was one of 700 similar suits brought against McDonald's for its excruciatingly and unnecessarily hot coffee.
I was not in it for the money. I was in it because I want them to bring the temperature down so that other people will not go through the same thing I did.
Yeah, it's so wild how like that case got so blown up as like frivolous for years, and it was only like years later when people were like, oh, it was actually too hot. Sister sleeps across in the kitchen. It's a light sleeper is my issue. Oh. Yeah, that always sucks when like someone is prone to just like waking up.
Yeah.
Is a beef product made from ground up defatted cow parts that have been treated with ammonia. It's been used as filler to beef up beef products in restaurants across America. Back in 2002, microbiologist Gerald Zernstein dubbed the product pink slime in a USDA agency email. The name stuck, but pink slime hysteria wouldn't come about for another decade, catalyzed by ABC's report. McDonald's was just one of many corporations to face public scrutiny over its use of pink slime. Within months of the expose, McDonald's announced they would no longer use the ingredients in any of their products. Once more, they claimed that the timing of the decision was merely coincidental. The creator of Pink Slime, Beef Products Incorporated, or BPI if you're slimy, sued ABC for defamation over their expose. ABC apparently settled with BPI, paying the company at least $177 million. Despite these payouts, ABC stands by their pink slime reporting to this day, and McDonald's hasn't used the ingredients since 2011. Speaking of questionable meat practices, McDonald's has stuck by some pretty unsavory friends in the past. A supplier of theirs, the Shanghai Husi food plant, was found in 2014 to be engaged in unsanitary practices.
She wakes up, she'll wake up the rest of the house to complaints. I got practically crawled the kitchen. Jesus Christ, that's fucking annoying.
Expired meat to maximize their profits.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
You're a light sweeper, just fucking own it.
People were arrested over the matter, but not before the tainted meat reached McDonald's restaurants in both China and Japan, resulting in chicken McNuggets being pulled from all Hong Kong locations. Other fast food chains ended their business with Husi, but Mickey D's stood by the company.
Also, I can't believe I just convinced someone to play Hollow Knight by telling them it had tall women and it will kill you.
Oh my god, that's a good way to convince someone.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I also convinced them with other things, like it's basically Dark Souls meets Hollow Knight. Not meets Hollow Knight, meets Metroid. But it was mostly the Mantis Lords existing.
$500 million extravaganza. Customers buy food, deal stickers, and win big. At least, that's how it's supposed to go. The unlucky customers who played McDonald's Monopoly in the 1990s never stood a chance. This is because Jerry Jacobson, known to FBI investigators as Uncle Jerry, was put in charge of the game's security.
Uncle Jerry.
You're looking at it's a joke. I'm the Midnight Date Man. I'm the Commandant.
He'd watch the winning tickets get printed and transport them to factories across the country.
I'm a deep sleeper. Once fell off the bed and slept through that. Shit. Respect.
Wow. I'm like medium sleeper, but I can fall asleep anywhere.
Friends, family, and even an alleged mafia contact. The
Like,
FBI
just
only caught on after someone
actual
called
cat
in
pins. I'm pretty sure I picked it up from my cats.
They found
Nice.
that a supersized number of Monopoly winnings were being redeemed in the Jacksonville area. It took 25 agents nearly a year and a half to bring the scheme down, leading to the convictions of over 50 people. Listen, McDonald's Monopoly is serious business. After some quick PR stunts and a few more million-dollar giveaways, McDonald's resumed its Monopoly game and washed its hands clean of the fiasco. As for Uncle Jerry, he'd spend over 3 years locked up in federal prison for his little scheme. Word is he did not pass go or collect $200.
Hey there, weird historians. Let's take a break from all the who, what, when, where, and why to tell you about a meal service you'll absolutely love. Hello Fresh. Hey, life is busy.
Hashtag ad, shut the fuck up.
Shut
the fuck up, bro.
Let alone shop for a bunch of ingredients. Hello Fresh. Before Burger King, Wendy's, and Taco Bell, there was McDonald's. And before McDonald's, there was the one and only White Castle. Yeah, really. Way back in 1921, White Castle became the world's first fast food chain. And America just hasn't been the same since.
Wrong way.
So, today we're going to take a look at the weird history of White Castle. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, please leave a comment and let us know what fast food history you would like to hear about. Okay, make sure everyone knows what they want. We're going through the video drive-through.
Nights in White Castle, I'm drunk once again.
In 1921, two men, Edgar Waldo Billy Ingram and Walter Anderson, opened a small burger shack in Wichita, Kansas. It was Ingram who came up with the name White Castle. He selected the
Auntie,
word
how's it
white
going?
because in the wake of the eye-opening expose
I
made
wake
in
up otherwise
Upton
if someone
Sinclair's
speaks
The
like a foot
Jungle,
away or I get
meat
barely
was having
touched
a
on my
bit of a
foot,
PR
specifically the
problem,
foot.
and Ingram
Yeah,
thought
I
white
feel like getting
implied
touched on your foot is like
cleanliness. Castle was selected because it implied permanence
fucking
and
hello.
strength. And permanence and strength are what people really want out of a good burger. Ingram and Anderson decided to model the original building on one of the few structures that survived the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, the Chicago Water Tower. The result looked, conveniently enough, like a small white, castle. The whole place cost $700, which today would be equivalent to about $11,000. Now, Ingram had originally planned to go into the insurance business, but he changed his mind when Anderson convinced him that America was about to develop a lust for hamburgers. This might seem like a no-brainer today, but at the time, hamburgers weren't all that well known in the U.S. Those poor, poor people, not even knowing what a hamburger was. The horror, the horror. Some people believe Walt Anderson actually invented the hamburger as we know it, when he got frustrated with the meatball he was cooking and flattened it with a spatula. While that may or may not be true, White Castle can certainly claim to have sparked America's long-lasting love affair with the burger O Ham. The original White Castle sold 5-cent hamburgers, or sliders, by the sack. And for
Let's better talk about the
5
frozen
cents in
sliders I have in my
1921
freezer
is
from
equal to about
2018.
70 cents today.
Pug.
Every slider was made to exacting specifications and was served
You gotta
quickly,
eat your
and
sliders,
that's how
man.
fast food was born. White Castle is definitely not in Kansas anymore. Sadly, despite being the place where White Castle was founded, Kansas hasn't had its own White Castle in 85 years. The company, which is still owned by the Ingram family and
they're frozen, they're fine.
picked up and moved its headquarters to
Yeah?
Ohio's capital city of Columbus in 1933.
Yesterday morning, my brother grabbed my
Early
foot to
White
wake me
Castle
because mom told him
restaurants
to,
were
so I'd watch him
pretty
while
small, and that
she
meant they
took my
couldn't
nephew to
accommodate
school. The
much in
baby
the
had a
way
look
of
of
seating.
accomplishment, so
To
I
solve this
couldn't be
problem, the
mad.
company decided to encourage the idea of carryout. White Castle
Literally
developed their now signature
fucking
practice of selling sliders in sacks and packaging them in cardboard boxes
grab
to
their
keep them
foot.
warm. Starting sometime in the 1930s, White Castle started selling their burgers in branded boxes, which were sprayed with a special coating that prevented the grease from the sliders from soaking through the carton. The special carton was designed by a White Castle employee named Maurice Benny Benfer, who eventually worked his way up to Vice President of Public and Personnel Communications at White Castle. So, the next time you pick up a sack of sliders and don't arrive back at home with a grease-soaked mess, remember to thank your lucky stars for Benny. While we're on the topic of White Castle's early innovations, it's worth pointing out that they were the first fast food company to use newspapers to distribute coupons. The first White Castle coupon appeared in a St. Louis newspaper on June 3, 1932. It offered customers a carry-out order of 5 hamburgers for a total of 10 cents. And if you recall, their burgers cost 5 cents at the time, so this was actually a pretty good deal. The public must have thought so too, because by all accounts, the coupon was a massive success and brought in a slew of new accounts. But more importantly, it also changed restaurant industry marketing forever. You see, the coupons weren't just valuable to the customers. They also allowed the company to track the success or failure of their marketing initiatives by seeing how many coupons from any given campaign were redeemed. This seems like old hat now, but at the time, it was cutting-edge stuff. After its founding, White Castle expanded at an impressive clip, at least until World War II, when beef rationing rules made being in the burger business a little tricky. Further expansion had to be put on hold while the U.S. battled the Nazis, and existing locations had to start hiring women for the first time since most of the boys had gone off to join the fight. The war also proved to be a boost to a side business Ingram had started to support White Castle. You see, Ingram wanted his locations to be inexpensive to build and easy to dismantle. To this end, in 1934, he started the White Castle subsidiary business, Porcelain Steel Buildings, to make lightweight porcelain and steel structures that would house future White Castle locations. However, once the Second World War came around, PSB, like many businesses, found a better way to contribute, namely by manufacturing amphibious vehicles for the Army. So whatever else you may think about the delicious White Castle, you gotta respect the slider joint that helped defeat Hitler. Given how long White Castle has stuck around, the uninitiated may be wondering what makes their sliders so special. Well, originally, White Castle sliders were made by grilling small balls of ground beef and then topping them with diced bits of fresh onions. The balls were then smashed flat.
My
Please
fucking
hold your
god.
jokes until the end. And then they were
Now I
flipped
just want to
over.
play Metroid Prime Pinball
Finally,
again. I'm
the
playing
finished
Metroid Prime
slider was
Pinball
tossed
again.
on a bun with a pickle.
I had a
But
feeling you
that
were
was
gonna
then,
say that.
and this is now. These days, the sliders are cooked by placing 3 dozen frozen beef patties on a griddle covered in water and a pile of rehydrated
I don't know why I
onions.
love this game so
This is
much.
because the sliders are now onion steamed rather than fried. Why? Mostly because the steaming process allows the patties to cook faster.
Hey, what
These
the
patties,
fuck? Oh.
incidentally, aren't your ordinary beef patties. They have small holes punched into them, which means they don't need to be flipped. No flipping in turn means the bun can be placed on the burger while it's still cooking, allowing the onion
That's
steam to
probably
flavor the bun
good
as well
enough.
as the meat. It was a little innovation suggested in 1954 by an employee named Earl Howell, and it's
What
what
if I
gives
just-
White Castle sliders their totally unique taste. Nice work, Earl. Sliders are not just small hamburgers. Technically speaking, sliders have to be steamed while resting in a pile of onions. And if you've ever ordered sliders at a restaurant other than White Castle, or you were a fan of the 1995 sci-fi television show Sliders that starred Jerry O'Connell, then you probably think the word is spelled S-L-I-D-E-R-S. But at White Castle, you would be wrong. In order to make the name trademarkable, the folks at White Castle decided to spell the word with a Y. Yep, it's S-L-Y-D-E-R-S. If you didn't know that, don't feel bad. Pretty much no one does. Heck, even the official White Castle website spells the word with an I. One of the most surprising things about White Castle is how popular it is with vegans and vegetarians. One reason why is the Impossible Slider. You see, way back in 2017, White Castle reached out to the good people at Impossible Foods and started developing a plant-based burger that vegans and vegetarians could sub in for the typical beef patty served on a White Castle slider. Impossible Foods, the same outfit that had helped Burger King develop the Impossible Whopper
Sliders
just a
were
year earlier,
made by
was
sly
definitely up to the
bastards.
challenge. After 18 months of development, the Impossible
Come on,
Slider
OBS,
showed
let
up
me
on the menu
fucking
of
scroll up.
140 White
Jesus
Castle
Christ.
locations in New York, New Jersey, and Chicago. It was just a test, but it was a massive success, possibly
Nothing
thanks
like
to
killing
launch parties
zombies
the
and
company
listening to
threw,
running
which
up that
featured celebrities
hill.
like Questlove and the Wu-Tang Clan. While White Castle doesn't give out exact sales figures,
Random
it
trading
claims
in
they sold
Pokemon?
more than twice
think
as
I've
many
seen some people
Impossible
get into that
sliders in the
before,
test
yeah.
market than they originally hoped for. True or not, the test must have satisfied them, because the Impossible Slider is now available nationwide. There's also a veggie slider made from soybeans, carrots, and peas, among other things, and it's said to be pretty good.
Okay,
I am
leave that one alone.
Playing a kinda alright pinball game.
Over
For
the
some
years,
reason, I
most
just can't
fast
get
food
enough of.
chains have made efforts to expand their menu. For White Castle, this has meant, among other things, a whole lot of new
Let's see,
kinds of
so
sliders.
these are gonna
For example,
replace.
there's a fish slider, which
That's gonna replace
replaces
the
burger with a fish
lurk
fillet.
one.
The
That's
serpent
gonna
turf
replace.
slider,
Well,
which
that's
includes a
probably
fish
just
fillet
gonna
along
replace
with
the
the usual
fucking
burger, and the chicken ring
fear
slider,
one.
which replaces the burger with
What
a
else
piece
do
of
we
chicken
need?
that's shaped like a ring. But what if it's breakfast time and you want to hit a White Castle? Well,
Trying to think of
don't
like what
worry. White
followers
Castle has you
specifically
covered.
who don't
For
have
example,
subs
take their
need
chicken
out of an
bacon
emote.
waffle slider, which includes a chicken breast, a waffle, and sometimes gravy. There's also an egg and cheese slider and a sausage.
Maybe
egg,
just
and
like an
cheese
agree
waffle
or like a nodders
White
kind of
Castle
thing.
is no stranger to pop
Yeah.
culture. Or more accurately,
Cut 3
any of the
Charmanders
stars
from
who
it?
make the music and
Goddamn.
movies we love are no strangers to
Nice,
White Castle.
nice.
In the 1992 song White Castle Blues, New Jersey rockers The Smithereens sing the lyrics, "Saturday night and it's getting late. I'm getting hungry. I just can't wait. Not just any kind of burger will do. I'm being hit by those White Castle Blues." And the Beastie Boys were just plain obsessed with the place, referencing it in at least 5 separate songs, including Girls, Hold It Now, Hit It, The New Style, Slow and Low, and Slow Ride. Although you should not believe them when they rap that White Castle fries only come in one size. That's not true anymore. White Castle also discoed their way onto screens in 1977's Saturday Night Fever, which features a memorable scene where John Travolta's Tony Manero scarfs down some White Castle burgers with friends at a now no longer operational restaurant in Bayside, Brooklyn.
Hey, don't you never chew, Tony. Don't you never chew. Hey, look, when my mother dies, I'll give you the job, all right?
But of course, the most famous pop culture reference to White Castle has to be 2004's Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yeah,
the
boy.
movie, which stars John Cho,
Harold
Gal
and
Penn,
Kumar is
Neil
fucking
Patrick Harris,
great.
follows two stoner buddies on a mission to find a White Castle.
Let's do it. All right, awesome. Then listen. No matter what, we are not ending this night without White Castle in our stomachs. Agreed? Agreed.
Interestingly, Harold and Kumar almost didn't go to White Castle. Originally, the movie's creators wanted the pair to go to Krispy Kreme for donuts, but the Krispy Kreme people weren't into the idea. The producers next concocted a fictional hot dog stand for the pair to search for, but at the last minute, they reached out to White Castle, who loved the story. White Castle's then director of marketing said, "There was something authentic in the way the script described how people feel about our distinctive taste and the lengths they'll go to." We're not going to say that Krispy Kreme made the worst marketing decision since M&M's refused to let Steven Spielberg use their product as E.T.'s favorite candy, but it was definitely not a good call.
I'm gonna ask the same question I asked last night. How do you put homing missiles in goddamn pinballs?
See if this sounds familiar. In the early 20th century, two business partners decided to open a burger joint that emphasized friendly service and a clean atmosphere, while also selling great food at low prices. It sounds like we're telling you the origin of White Castle again, but this is actually the origin of a different restaurant chain, Crystal Burger. Founded in Chattanooga, Tennessee, about a decade after White Castle rolled onto
this
the
is
scene,
what I'm
Crystal
familiar
Burger,
with.
which now has more than 300 locations, is sometimes considered the South Sancer to White Castle. And there definitely are similarities.
Yeah, only have
they
to burn
both sell
one
miniature
ball.
burgers that are square in shape, and they both have loyal, almost cult-like followings. But there are differences too. For example, remember when we said sliders aren't just mini hamburgers? Well, whereas White Castle sells sliders, Crystal Burger really does just sell small hamburgers. Finally, let's say you love White Castle, but you don't love going to White Castle. Well, no problem, because White Castle also makes frozen burgers that you can buy at most supermarkets.
There you go, Pug.
They're literally
And
made at the
me.
exact same factory that makes the burgers they sell in their stores, and are identical in every way, except they don't come with a pickle, because pickles don't microwave well. They actually spark and sometimes explode. Don't try it, just trust us on this one, kids. White Castle has actually been selling frozen versions of their famous slider since way back in 1950, and as of 2014, the
No
product
fucking
accounted for
way,
nearly
huh?
20% of the company's total revenue. That's a level of
I had
sales
no
that
idea
makes
they
them
were
the
doing it for
number
that
one
long. I
selling
thought it was
brand of
like
frozen burgers
I thought
in
it
the
was
world.
fucking recent.
Is anyone else feeling hungry all of a sudden? So what do you think? What's your favorite White Castle menu item? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these other videos from Weird History Food.
Damn, that hit the spot. That was the best meal of my life.
When you think of American breakfast food, you probably think of things like cereal and milk, toast, eggs, pancakes, French toast, orange juice, and coffee. Or a McDonald's breakfast burrito. But few realize
Oh my
that
God,
there
I'm in
are
pinball
actual
hell.
factual reasons Americans eat the
Check
food
it
they
out.
do at breakfast. Today, we're going to take a look at the reasons why American breakfasts are the way they are. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, please leave us a comment and let us know what other corners of breakfast history you would like us to explore. Okay, wakey wakey, it's eggs and bakey. America runs on Dunkin' and Starbucks and Pete's. Also Folgers, Chock-full Nuts, Maxwell House, Gevalia. Long story short, America runs on coffee. But it wasn't always that way. Once upon a time, America's breakfast beverage of choice was actually tea, which makes sense since the U.S. started out as British colonies and, well, you know how the British are with their tea.
Tea?
Tea was once as central to American life as it was in Britain. Both upper and middle-class colonists drank tea, both for its purported health benefits and as a social activity. You know, when you get together with your mates to clink saucers, that's probably what they called it, right? However, it was partly because of tea's strong association with British life that coffee wound up becoming the American breakfast drink of choice. In 1765, Britain passed the Stamp Act, imposing a series of taxes on goods, one of those goods being tea. The colonists were pretty unhappy with the act, and responded with protests that included the famous Boston Tea Party. But some colonists went even further and boycotted the beverage altogether. Those brave souls turned to alternative beverages instead, like coffee. But it was really during the Civil War that coffee consumption in America increased dramatically. To improve their focus and endurance during the war, soldiers were given coffee rather than the standard rum and brandy, because it's generally more advantageous to have your soldiers high on speed rather than drunk on well liquor. As more and more coffee was imported for the soldiers, demand for the drink expanded beyond the battlefield and into American homes. Fast forward about 150 years later, and there's a Starbucks on every corner. Kind of feels like that mermaid logo should be draped in an American flag. Humans have been eating bread for about 10,000 years, give or take a few hundred. However, the invention of toast, which is essentially just burnt bread, is credited to the Romans, who first toasted stale bread in order to preserve it. The idea was a big hit. It's hard to say no to that irresistible crunch, and toast remained a staple fare throughout the centuries. But it didn't find its permanent place on American breakfast plates until the 19th century, when the Seventh-day Adventist Church promoted it as a healthy, quick, and affordable breakfast. Back then, people made toast by holding it on a fork or in a frame by a fire or stove. In 1893, the Eclipse toaster was introduced as the world's first electric toaster. But while it was a huge step forward, the machine toasted only one side at a time, so you still had to manually flip the bread. Which kind of makes it worthless. The whole point of a toaster is that you can watch Netflix on your phone while it does all the work for you. Come on, 1893, figure it out. Then, right around 1919, several technological advancements led to the invention of the automatic pop-up toaster. This was followed in 1928 by the invention of pre-sliced bread. It was the combination of these two inventions that made toast easily accessible nationwide. But what really cemented toast's place in American breakfast were changes in American work life.
You heading out for the night?
In the early 20th century, the working and middle classes found they no longer had time for the elaborate breakfast spreads of eras past. So rather than cook a full meal, homemakers started preparing breakfasts that were simple and quick. Thanks to the invention of the pop-up toaster and sliced bread, toast was a natural fit. Based on its name, most people probably assume that French toast is, French. Like French braids, French fries, or the French kiss. But it's not. In actuality, French toast doesn't have a single origin. The earliest known reference to this particular breakfast staple actually comes from an ancient Roman cookbook called Apicius. That recipe, which may date all the way back to the 1st century CE, calls for the chef to remove the crust from fine white bread, slice it into rather large pieces, soak those in beaten eggs and milk, then fry the concoction in oil. Once cooked, the book recommends covering the toast with honey. The author was presumably banished from polite society for this recipe, because what devilment would possess you to soak a hunk of bread in raw eggs?
Oh, Space Engineers? Hell yeah. Yeah, Space Engineers is some is good
French
fun.
toast continued to crop
Have
up
fun.
all throughout Europe in the Middle Ages. Like regular toast, French toast was just a way to rehabilitate stale bread. It wasn't so much a luxurious dish reserved for the rich as it was a money saver for a thrifty crowd. So how did this dish come to be known as French toast? Well, no one is exactly sure. But in the US, it used to be called a lot of things, including German toast and Spanish toast. Kinda sounds like we should just call it European wet bread. Prior to the invention of cereal, Americans, for the most part, ate full, hearty breakfasts that included the same type of foods they'd eat at dinner. As time went on, however, Americans began experiencing frequent indigestion, and health experts quickly blamed breakfast as the cause.
Seriously, dude, light a candle.
Turns out you really shouldn't eat pizza anytime, even if it is on a bagel. These experts argued for lighter, more nutrient-rich breakfasts, and voila, cereal was invented. In the 1870s, a fellow named James Caleb Jackson introduced granula, which was twice-baked pebbles of flour, to the United States. But as appetizing as twice-baked pebbles of flour sounds, there was a minor problem. Eating granula on its own was pretty much impossible. The pebbles were hard as rocks. An emergency dental trip was just waiting to happen. As a solution, Jackson's mother, Lucretia Edgerton Jackson, suggested soaking the granula in milk or warm water to make it edible. A short time later, a guy
That's a
named
name that's
John
way
Harvey
ahead of
Kellogg,
its time.
whose last name you
Oh my
probably
fucking
recognize,
God.
came up with his own version of granula. Kellogg made a minor spelling adjustment to Jackson's product name and then gifted the world
Yeah, that
with
sure
what he
is
called
one of the names
granola.
ever, isn't it?
Kellogg's granola started to take off, along with the practice of soaking it in milk or warm water, if you're some kind of maniac. Today, cereal is much softer and, crucially,
Cereal
edible
in
all on
water,
its own.
bro?
But most
What
people
the
still prefer to pour
fuck?
milk over it.
Like, I admit to being a dry cereal
Today,
enjoyer,
orange
but
juice is the classic
water?
breakfast beverage of choice for Americans when coffee and/or booze isn't available.
Depends on the cereal
But
for
that
me. There are
wasn't
some
always the
cereals that
case.
I prefer
The story
dry.
of OJ's regular
Like if I get
place
like
on our
Honey Nut
breakfast table
Cheerios,
starts in
I
the
like that
for
dry.
me, it's more just like a texture
Biochemist
thing.
Elmer McCollum
Oh yeah,
kicked
you
off
gotta eat it
America's
fast before it
obsession with
becomes
vitamins
soggy.
by touting their healing properties.
Yeah.
Corporate America then picked up the ball and ran with it, particularly Sunkist, who began marketing daily doses of its canned orange juice as containing all the vitamins and nutrients a person needs. McCollum then switched gears and introduced America to acidosis, which he claimed was a buildup of acid in the bloodstream that could cause fatigue. To prevent this condition, McCollum suggested people eat lettuce and citrus fruits, which are full of acid. The people in Sunkist's marketing department, who apparently just bought everything McCollum said, quickly latched on to the acidosis scare to promote its orange juice even more heavily than it did before. But it wasn't until after World War II that the drink's popularity at the breakfast table really picked up. During the war, the government needed a way to provide soldiers with vitamin C. So they charged all of their scientists with developing an orange juice that was superior to the canned variety commonly available at the time. It's unclear how they did this. Maybe they made the orange juice lift weights? Those scientists succeeded in their task, developing the product we now know as frozen concentrated orange juice. The problem was, they did it 3 years after the war had ended. Luckily, corporate America was only too happy to pick up their research, and by the 1950s, mass-produced fresh frozen orange juice was a staple in American pantries.
Quench your thirst with health. Quench your thirst with wonderful fresh frozen orange juice from Florida, the state of health.
Orange juice has solidified its reputation as an affordable, healthy breakfast beverage, although
looking
its
good.
supposed
I
health
cannot get
benefits
enough
are
of it.
dubious at best.
Don't care, tastes good.
Bagels, in their simplest form,
Orange juice is
round
great.
rolls
I find
with a
myself
hole in the center,
drinking
have been
apple
traced
juice a
all
lot
the
more
way back
though.
to ancient Egypt.
Huh.
But the bagel
Yeah, I am the other way around. Like, I would agree that apple juice is pretty good, but I am just more of an orange juice enjoyer.
Poland.
Nice.
German immigrants who were moving into the region at the time brought with them one of mankind's greatest inventions, the pretzel. Over time, those pretzels morphed into one of mankind's other greatest inventions, the modern bagel. Then, when Jadwiga of Poland, the first female monarch of the Kingdom of Poland, chose to eat bagels during Lent, they began to gain popularity among the nobility. As Germans were migrating to Poland, Jewish immigrants were too. At the time, Christians banned Jewish people from making bread in many regions because of the food's connection to the rite of communion. But Poland became the first to allow Jewish people to bake and sell bread, including bagels. And it was late 19th century Jewish immigrants who first brought bagels to
Bro,
America.
all those old
Despite
fucking
the popularity
religious
of bagels
laws
today,
are
they
so
were not a big hit in
fucking
America at
weird,
first.
dude.
That would change in the
God,
1970s
yeah.
when bagels exploded in popularity across the broader U.S. after Lender's began marketing frozen bagels.
Now my new Lender's bakery-style bagels stay chewy and delicious for days and days.
How do I do this quick before?
While we're on the topic of round breakfast baked goods that have a hole in the middle, let's talk donuts. The modern donut, as we know it, is widely believed to have originated in the 18th century, when Dutch immigrants brought them to New York.
Oh no,
Back
what's this?
then,
What's this?
they were called oliekoeks, or oily cakes, which sounds more like a used
No, just a
than a
pinball thing
delicious
happened.
breakfast treat. The recipe evolved from there, with a 19th century ship captain claiming to have created the familiar donut shape with a hole at the center. While that anecdote is disputed, what is certain is that World War I saw the donut become cemented as an American staple. Volunteers in France gave donuts to American soldiers in the trenches to remind them of home. Then in 1920, a guy named Adolf Levitt invented the first donut machine. The ability to mass-produce donuts instantly made them a symbol of progress. And at the 1934 World's Fair, they were seen as the food of the future. Back then,
Hell
a donut
yeah.
cost a mere nickel, which made them accessible to almost everyone, even those hit hardest by the Great Depression. And by the 1950s, Krispy Kreme stores were in 12 states, and donuts were considered the quintessential American breakfast food. But while all this seems straightforward enough, the origins of donuts are actually contested. Fossilized versions have been found in Native American settlements, throwing this widely accepted narrative into question, and also making us wonder why no natural history museum has donut skeletons on display. In 1901, Force cereal changed the world forever by showing up on supermarket shelves with a mascot on the box, Sunny Jim. It's hard to believe now, but this was a pretty big anomaly for the time. People were not used to Captain Crunch or the Honey Smacks frog. Sunny Jim was so wildly successful that other cereal brands took notice and began to develop their own mascots. Beginning in the 1930s, cereal mascots like Snap, Crackle, and Pop, Tony the Tiger, Captain Crunch, and Toucan Sam were introduced and proved to be just as successful as Sunny Jim. Arguably more so. Which one of you has actually heard of Sunny Jim? Then in the 60s,
Heard
the
of
cereal
Sunny Jim
mascot
is like
Star Power received
a
a
thing
major
that
boost
people,
from the
like
introduction of
old
color
people, will
TVs in
call
homes
someone,
throughout the
like
country.
as a
Cereal
bit.
companies used
I
their
didn't think it was an
compelling
actual
characters,
like.
complete with elaborate
I
backstories
didn't think
and
it was an
complex
actual
plots to market their
character.
cereal to kids. It was an extremely successful tactic, with
Hmm.
one minor problem.
Wild.
The cereals marketed with cute cartoon mascots were, and still are, usually full of sugar.
Super Sugar Crisp is coated with super sugar to make it taste so sweet.
Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, public health organizations urged companies to scale back their aggressive targeting of youngsters. The Children's
I
Television
am
Act of
currently, they
1990
put the homing
limited
missiles
number of
back in the
advertisements kids'
pinball.
programming. And in 2006, several major companies pledged to use their characters to market healthier options. We like to think Sunny Jim would be proud, whoever the hell he is. So what do you think? Which of these breakfast foods do you eat to start your day? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos. Very few fast food culinary creations have quite the lore around them as McDonald's The McRib. A creation of both an animal scientist and a fine dining chef, the McRib is the fast food white whale, appearing seemingly at random and disappearing just as quickly. The beloved McRib sandwich had a long journey from creation to consumption. Today we'll dive deeper into the weird history of the McRib. But before we do, be sure to click on the subscribe button below and let us know in the comments what other odd food histories you would like to hear about next. Do we hear your mouths
Oh, I needed to
watering?
make a new Pog
Grilled
one. I always
pork and
struggle
that
to make a
sassy
Pog one that
sauce.
looks not
McRib.
like shit.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
A weirdly hard expression, I think.
In the 1970s,
Yeah.
the American public became all weird to red meat after the feds stepped in and cautioned against eating large quantities of delicious cholesterol-filled fast food beef. Wendy's and Burger King managed to offer alternatives to the yummy cow. But McDonald's fish dish, the Filet-O-Fish, wasn't exactly a huge catch. How can you not love square fish in tartar sauce? The company sought out to find a beef alternative, and while most would think chicken as the most obvious next step, McDonald's crossed a different road.
I might just
The
skip
National
forward a little
Pork
bit.
Producers
Hi
Council
Val,
comes
how's
into
it
this
going?
story when they partnered
We're
with
watching weird
McDonald's
history
to produce
food and
the
drawing
other
some
white
some
meat, pork.
emotes. There's so much going on the screen. I know it's a little busy.
In the late 1960s
But,
Yeah,
and
a
early
little.
70s,
It's because it's
McDonald's
Friday
and
night.
the
We've
United
got our
States
Friday night
military
stuff
both had a
going.
meat budgeting crisis.
Yeah, we got
To
Majima
solve that problem,
Yakuza.
both
Yeah, we got
military
our
brass and Mayor
special
McCheese
boys
turned
dancing
to the
around.
not scary at all sounding animal scientists. to
Yeah, I get
remove the
kind of
expensive out of the
quiet during art
expensive
streams,
edible
so I
meat.
tend to put
This
stuff
equation
on
used
so
restructured
everybody
meat,
can have something
which
to
was
watch.
an invention of animal scientist
Yeah, this is what we got
Roger
so far.
Mandigo.
We got
After
our
nearly a decade of
uh,
trial
You
and
may
error, in
occasionally
which
hear
the
me
errors
complaining
are
about
best not
pinball, but I'm trying to keep it down.
Mandigo found a way to
True.
use cheaper cuts of
We
meat.
got our little Majima
Adorably,
lurk
they were
with the
labeled
manhole
trimmings,
cover.
but in reality, these
We
trimmings
got our
included skin, hearts, and
follower
stomachs.
huh
Normally
emote.
viewed in American
We
culture
got
as
our new
throwaway
follower
organs
lurk
and not as
emote.
food. They reduced the size
and
of
our
the
little
rejected
follower
animal organs using a
Yeppers
mechanical
emote.
process called comminution. This
I was
process
just about to
would
start
flip,
on
chunk, grind,
probably
chop,
a
or slice
pog,
the waste items into uniform pieces that
I
allowed
need a
them
good
to be
poggy
engineered
mode, and
into
every
a
one that I
palatable
have,
patty.
you can
After
find
that,
them on
the
7TV.
inclusion
They're
of
all
salt and
bad.
water would trigger an extraction of proteins
You
that allowed the
see,
meats to adhere
do I-
together
yeah,
and become
this
one big
this is
happy
my
meaty
old one.
slab.
It's
Though
kind
this
of
sounds like not ideal
scary.
food, it's perfectly safe to eat, and this technique changed the game
So,
for many meat products, including
just gonna,
military
like, fuck
MREs,
around.
meals ready to eat, and frozen chicken
It's
nuggets.
like
Some
it's
even shaped like
so
little dinosaurs.
it's so
This
weird.
process
It's
was so
kind of charming
revolutionary,
in
it was
its
inducted into
weirdness,
the Meat
but I
Industry Hall
still
of Fame,
like. I
which
like yours a
exists,
lot.
and I want to go there.
That's like one of the reasons that I'm like, damn, I need a poggy mode. It's because yours is really
Two people
good.
contributed to the success
So
of the McRib, assuming the
I'm
millions
gonna
of
just
humans
fuck
who
around with
purchased
like
and consumed one
expressions.
are to be ignored.
So if I
Roger
just,
Mandigo, our food doctor Frankenstein from earlier, who created
I am
boneless
fighting
pork from
Morbius.
scratch, since most pigs found in nature have bones.
There's a
and
mini
gourmet
game where you
chef
fight a
Rene
lot of
Arendt,
bats.
who made that science experiment a craveable, edible
Pretty sure he has a bad thing going on.
Chef Arendt was first in his class at the College Technique de Strasbourg, and the
Something like
head
that.
chef of the fancy
Yeah, a
Chicago
bunch of ones you
restaurant
like.
White
Yeah,
House Club,
that's the
before
thing.
being
I need to
recruited
find
over
one
to
that
the
I
Golden
want to
Arches
like
by Ray
base
Kroc
off of.
himself.
Is that okay if I base
His
off of
mission,
yours?
research
Because
and
like
develop for the fast food
every
empire.
time I try to do
Today,
like
that
the
would be
side
like if
one,
celebrity chef
where you
Jose
do like the
Andres were to
fucking
suddenly start hawking
the
Taco
weird
Bell's
like
Doritos
pork
Loco
chop
Taco.
face.
McDonald's
I
felt
just
their
think
new
of fucking
lab-created
Sweet
meat,
Bro
but
and Hella
still
Jeff,
real meat,
dude. I
needed its
can't.
own PR
I
spin
can't
to
do
get people on board.
this.
But I mean, who
Okay,
would
but
you
imagine
hold
if we
a
had an I
sausage
told you
Swedish
about
party
stairs
smothered
emote.
If I
in
draw that, I
barbecue
need to
sauce?
like do this. like.
Arendt's legacy at McDonald's.
Yeah,
goes
I mean,
beyond
if
the
I
bread. His
mine
contributions
is
to our
mostly based
fast
off of
food
unis.
history can't be
Oh,
understated.
gotcha.
For starters, he developed
Maybe
the
I should make
legendary
a like I
original
told you
three
about stairs
McDonald's dipping
emote.
sauces.
I'd have to. I'd make
Barbecue,
that like a
hot
7TV
mustard,
one,
sweet
but
and
I'd
sour.
have to have one that just
When
like.
did we really like
Hard to
need a
imagine
stairs
eating a
emote?
chicken McNugget
I
without
could
that
just
tiny
like
vat of
make
sweet
it
and sour
vibrate
sauce and then
violently like
slowly
this.
feeling disappointed.
I guess it could just be a general I told you. I'd use the
He's
shit out of
also the
that.
man
I told you
responsible for
about
assuring the public
stairs,
that they were
bro.
eating ribs
Yeah,
and
it'd be like
designing
a I told
restructured
you
meat
dog.
patty to be
I
in
mean, you
the
probably
shape
won't
of
have
a rack
text
of
because text
ribs.
is not going to
Because
read
it's
at
much
that
more
scale.
acceptable to eat a rack
Yeah,
of ribs
no,
between
I
two
just
pieces
mean
of
like
bread
as
as
what
a
people
meal
would use
than
it
would be
for.
for a
Yeah.
regular non-rib shaped patty.
Okay,
If Mandigo
that's
had his way,
funny.
it would have been a pork chop.
Let me try this
Oh my
again.
God, rolling the
Arend
shit
thought
out of
outside
these
the box.
pins.
A real master of his craft, he knew the correct conduit to communicate the sweet and smoky
Also just,
southern
I'm still
barbecue
working on
profile
my.
he
Oh
was aiming
fuck! I
for.
didn't do
He
this.
completed
I'm still
his
working on
magnum
my
opus
my
with the
use of
addition
space.
pickles,
I think I
sliced
did
white
better
onions,
with these. They
additional
all kind of
barbecue
use
sauce,
the whole
all
area.
sandwiched in a French roll.
Because I've been bad at just
Genius.
making
Arend
small
and Mandigo
ones.
had done their part and created a dish worthy of a spooky clown. After that, the question
Something just
became,
like-
would the public get on board? Arend and Mandigo's baby, a McRib sandwich, was shot out to various McDonald's locations in 1981. With bated breath, the food scientists
wrong
and the
with you,
fine dining
Metroid from
chef
Metroid
were
Prime
waiting to see
Video?
how
Yeah.
the public would react to their scientific food creation. Would there be overturned cars in the parking lots of McDonald's as patrons took to the streets in protest of this horrid culinary beast? Or would there be barbecue tears of
Something
sticky
like
joy
that?
oozing down their faces with lines
Maybe
circling
work with
around
it.
blocks?
Fuck!
The
God
chance
damn
to
it!
get a taste
God
of
damn
that
it!
Sweet, sweet
What?
Nope, there was no
Oh my
riot.
God.
The McRib entered into
Hold
a
on.
cultural zeitgeist to mostly tepid applause.
Alright.
However, regionally, it was a huge success, especially in the
Hold on a
Midwest, where not
second.
many of those patriots say no to meat. After the
Fucking
uneventful
shot.
McRib's rollout of 1981,
What'd you say this was again?
McDonald's chugged the McRib along, serving their slab sandwich for 4 years before
Not
suddenly
helping is the
opening
fact that
in
I've never been good at this
1985.
game.
The barbecue
Fuck,
hot sauce
this-
thickens.
God damn it.
Whether this was due to poor sales numbers,
Hold on, I
increases in the
gotta-
cost of pork meat trimmings, or a marketing ploy to create a demand due to lack of supply, is undetermined. Whatever it was, the
Fucking-
masses
Oh,
were
thank you for the
not happy.
hydrating posture check valve. Here, I gotta pause this for one. Ow! Oh, I gotta make a dent one too. The dent is so fucking funny. I need one.
Yeah.
I need more slots, bro. I really do. Honestly, I might do one like super simple. I might just like take a fucking shot of my avatar and just put a fucking dent in it. We'll see.
Valid.
But give me
Finally.
1 second. I'm gonna
I finally pinned the balls.
Okay.
I have 2 more artifacts left in fucking Metroid Prime Pinball.
Alright, let's see.
It is one of those games that is just bizarrely important to me. I talked about this with you before. Because I have so many memories of, like, playing it on original hardware.
Gonna work for a bit, just got home from the movies. Ooh, what'd you go see?
Oh, yeah.
John Wick 4? Oh, shit. Bro, I've only seen the first one. I've only seen the first one. Alright, can I do this now? There we go. Emmy draws on the wrong way. I think I've done it 3 so far. Maybe like 4. I'll go ahead and say 4 just to be safe.
I am not going to vote, but I am going to make the bet that if it does happen more than 10 times, I will become Obama for the rest of the stream.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like there's a decent chance. I don't know how long I'm planning on going, but like,
I mean, I would say, I think we're probably gonna go into like maybe 2-ish. I don't know.
maybe only 3, because I know we got a really late start. So
yeah,
or not 3.
That's
Wait, why 3? I mean, like, maybe only like 45 minutes ish more.
Oh, really?
Best movie I've seen in a while, so definitely worth it if you want to see the others and while it's in theaters. Oh shit. I don't know. I'll probably just like once it's out for like streaming, I'll probably do like a fucking catch up and just like watch all of them at home with somebody. Maybe even like a marathon. That could be cool.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Obama. Why do I not have an Obama emote on my 7TV? Hey kid, I should make you a 7TV editor.
Oh my god, I actually don't even like have 7TV.
Well, it's a thing you log into at Twitch.
Yeah, I usually just don't use it.
Oh, you totally should. I have like I have a Super Metroid emote in here that's actually just for you.
Oh my god.
Have that.
Yeah, no, it is not something that I ever like think about.
Oh, they have like Obama polygons. Oh, they have like the Obama pyramid.
Hell yeah, we love Obamium.
Obamian?
Obamium, like an element.
They also have the cube, which is apparently Obamanite.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, wait, Obamium. Okay, so yeah, Obamium is like the spinning. Alright, so I'm gonna add this one.
Are you unfamiliar with Obama chemistry?
I must say that I haven't really done chemistry since high school. So, yeah, not really.
But like, Obama.
But Obama. Alright, let me bring the Firefox back up now that we can...
Anyway.
So wait, real quick. I fucking love this guy. I don't know what this guy's deal is, but I love him.
The masses were not happy.
I love the McRib. I love it.
And as humans,
why does he sound like a Metal Gear character?
He sounds so fucking
He sounds like Otacon. He
about
sounds
it.
like Otacon.
I love the McRib. I love it. I love him. I love him so much. He's so into it.
Like, I'm so sorry. He sounds like Otacon from Metal Gear Solid.
He almost looks like my head flight instructor.
Oh my god.
And as humans, we often want.
Can imagine him doing that.
With the McRib, no.
Oh shit! Oh, let me pause this real quick. Thank you so much for the raid, Far. Let me give you like an actual shout out. Boop boop boop. Shout out. Far did, she did. Yeah.
Also, hey guys, go do the prediction, or else I'm not gonna turn into Obama. If no one does the prediction, I'm not turning into Obama.
Anyway, welcome Raiders. How's it going? How's your stream, Far? What were you guys doing tonight? Yeah, I'm drawing emotes tonight. Mostly follower emotes. So all the new follows can get their own special emotes. Kit as Obama.
Yeah, you gotta fucking vote in the thing, though. And then you'll get to hear Obama complain about Metroid Prime Pinball instead of me.
Yo, you're playing Deep Rock? How'd you enjoy it? How's it going? Did you like it? Because it is no secret that I enjoy me some fucking Deep Rock. So it is a good fucking time. What class do you play, Far? They're all fun, so I recommend fucking all of them. Yeah. Don't take that out of context.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
God. It's my first time playing about a long time ago and just started playing 2 days ago. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you're liking it so far. It is really good. It's like probably my favorite co-op shooter nowadays. Play as engineer? Hell yeah.
Bungus.
I love that everybody has their own little like traversal tool. So like everybody has like a different kind of mobility. It's really cool. Yeah, Gunner's fun too. I mean, they're all fun. I recommend honestly just leveling them all up because no matter what, you're just in for a fun time. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid and thank you for coming over. I hope you guys can all get comfy and enjoy the art and enjoy the weird food history.
Like, honestly, I have said in the past, like, it feels like something I might be into if it wasn't so multiplayer-centric.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, that is honestly usually a huge turn-off for me in games.
Yeah, for me, it's not really the kind of thing I play without people most of the time.
Like, you know, like, usually I will usually not get into a game if that is the way it's meant to be played.
Yeah, just kind of depends on, like, what you're in the mood for.
You know, like 90% of the time, I'd prefer that's just a side option.
I love the fucking Jesus loves the McRib.
Unhappy.
Yes.
Hearing the rumbling of millions of hungry tummies, McDonald's threw the McRib back onto the menu
so
for a
good.
limited time, distinguishing itself as the first
Hi, I'm
limited
Jesus. I
run
love the
fast
I've
food
actually
menu
never
item.
had a McRib,
The
and I'm
return
not
of the McRib
Jesus.
caused a
Oh my
spike in
God.
the pork and hog futures, as it does most of the time when McDonald's rolls out.
I make a
the
lot of
popular
bold
meaty
claims,
treat.
including
The
being
mutual
Hideo
interests of the
Kojima,
National
so maybe
Pork
one day
Producers
I'll be
Council and McDonald's
Yeah?
resulted in a happy marriage between the two.
Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe when you do P2 in Ultrakill, I'll be Jesus.
The McRib and McDonald's,
God.
will they or won't they? Here 1 minute, gone the next.
Maybe he'll be
might
the
feel
boss
a
in
lot like a
P3.
marketing ploy, but it was really
Maybe.
out of necessity. The manufactured
Genuinely,
pork
that'd be
delicacy
cool as hell.
made another comeback
So
in
far it's not
1989,
disappointed?
and
Hell
this
yeah, I'm
beefy
glad you're
beauty
enjoying
was a
it.
bona fide
Maybe we can
boomer
play sometime.
nationwide. But a shaken public trust found itself uncomfortable with the idea of
Okay,
driving
I
through the
think
local McDonald's for a barbecue
try this
snack
again.
and it not being there. After all, the item was pulled and reintroduced from the menu several times for 5 years. It was perceived to be random and possibly on the whims of the shadowy Ronald McDonald, that goddamn clown. But unlike the Hamburglar,
That
Ronald
bastard.
wasn't trying to pull a fast one over on the American people. The price of pork is in constant flux, meaning sometimes it doesn't make
What if
economical
Ronald
sense
McDonald
to continue
was a Metal
serving
Gear
the restructured
antagonist?
pork meat due to rising costs.
Honestly, I'd
Others,
fight him.
let's call them
Yeah.
I would
McRib
ultra
troopers,
kill him.
denied that the removal of the precious
Yeah, I would
succulent
parry the
Frankenwich
shit
was
out of
due to
Ronald
costs,
McDonald.
and
What kind of
believed
attacks do you
McDonald's
think
was
you'd
guilty of
have?
arbitrage, or only selling the meat when the prices were at their lowest to
It's a
make
good
money
question.
off
I mean,
both the
every
raw
Metal Gear boss
product
has a
and the
gun.
completed sandwich at the same
He'd
time.
probably have a gun.
Ask those same people what
But
shape
aside
the
from
Earth is
that,
and get ready to be very disappointed by their responses.
I don't know. Chat, help me out here. What kind of attacks would Ronald McDonald
In
have, and what
1994,
telegraph would we have
McDonald's
for
was
them
done
so I could
playing
parry them?
games with America's partially clogged hearts. They finally pulled the trigger and put a ring on the McRib, making it a year-round fast food staple. Though, as love stories often go, it took an unlikely third party to finally push McDonald's into commitment. 1994 was also the same year the live-action film Flintstones slid off a brontosaurus and into movie theaters nationwide. McDonald's sensed a marketing cross-promotion, like a New York City rat senses a piece of pizza. McDonald's pork patty was shaped like a slab of ribs. The family car was tipped over with a rack of ribs. For crying out loud, it's obvious, everybody. McDonald's leaned way into this cross-promotional deal with Universal Pictures,
Welcome to Rockdonald's. May I chisel your order?
pulling genius moves, such as changing the name to Rockdonald's, changing the interior of the restaurants into a Stone Age theme, and creating special Flintstones merch like glasses, mugs, and toys. The marketing was a hit for McDonald's, and it allowed the sandwich to remain on the menu throughout the years, regardless if there was currently a Stone Age-based movie in the theaters. And for 10 years, America lived a blissful existence of never going into a McDonald's for a McRib sandwich and leaving disappointed. But as we've learned the hard way over the years, what was made up must come down. And the McRib wasn't here for a long time. It was only here for a good time. In 2005, McDonald's turned 50, and to celebrate, they pulled the McRib off of the menu, but not before sending it off on a farewell tour. The tour was meant to replicate that of a rock band, who also throws in the towel in order to retire to a quiet life in Branson, Missouri. Only in this case, it was a sandwich being temporarily removed from the menu with a lot of fanfare. Some locations offered McRib and general pork trivia, as well as a petition to sign, to keep McDonald's
Okay, hear me
from
out. What
ruining
the
their
fuck
lives
is
by
pork
removing the
trivia?
sandwich from their menus, like
Yeah, what
Monsters.
does that even
The
mean?
sandwich, like Brett Favre, continued its fake farewell tour for the next 2 years in 2006 and 2007, creating even more product scarcity and increasing the
Will kill
demand for the
Ronald
McRib
McDonald
sandwich.
with a rock.
God damn.
They might have made a fake advocacy group for boneless pork as a marketing ploy,
And that would really hurt boneless pig farmers everywhere.
but when it came to the actual conditions of boneful pigs, McDonald's put its money where its barbecued stained mouth was. In 2012, the company made history when they announced they would no longer purchase
I'm
pork
so
from
sorry.
companies
Every
that
time
use
I
pig
see the
gestation
genus of
crates.
pigs,
Pigs
I laugh
kept in tiny
uncontrollably.
gestation crates are
Wait, the
confined
what?
in spaces
The
literally too
genus
small
of
to
pigs
move,
is sus.
and were considered
Oh my
to be
fucking
grossly
God.
inhumane. Factory farmers still treat their pigs this way, but the Fry Guys have no interest in dealing with a farm that does. Since McDonald's is one of the largest purchasers of pork, buying over 250 million pounds of pork each year, thanks in large part to the booming success of the McRib, this was a very big deal. So what do you think? Does a McRib sound so good right now? Let us know in the comments
actually
below,
never
and
had
while
a
you're at it,
McRib.
check out some of these other videos from our weird history.
I haven't either.
I've had like a lot of what I would call like McRib adjacent things. Like I get like the banquet barbecue dinner, which is it's basically a McRib.
The 19th in nine.
All right, let me see.
How do you innovate a
Did we ever show Realm of the Rats on stream? I feel like we did.
If not, let me pull that up real quick. Here, we could do Realm of the Rats.
Hold on. Let me like find just the clip.
I think I have it bookmarked. Let me hide this for a second. Well, now I'm
Yeah,
fasting.
see.
Aw, shit. Fasting from McRib. Oh, I'm sorry, Far. Here, this will make you less hungry.
Yeah, we gotta go listen to Realm of the Rats.
Here
I'm
we go.
sorry, it just like popped into my head.
When you tell them racist
shit. All right, hold on. Here we go.
We
I
gotta
love
find it.
torturing myself. All right, here it is. So here's Firefox. All right, so
I'll
here's
show you a Firefox.
here's Realm
It's me,
of
I'm
the
fucking
Rats.
balling.
Joe fermenting rats with sticks is my favorite thing to do. Once I spotted a huge rat and pursued it down the hall until I drove it into a corner. It had nowhere to run,
Not
but the
GOPV.
contemptible rat was racist, leading me, for example, to cry. Now the rat was chasing me. Luckily, I was a little faster, and I managed to slam the door on its nose. Suddenly, hordes of rats
We love
burst
P.P.
asunder from
Jordan.
the realm of the rats and began to dance demonically. I was surprised and frightened. I jumped across the landing and down the stairs. There on that stair landing, I got a quick and lasting lesson in the meaning of the word rat.
I got a quick and lasting lesson in the meaning of the word rat.
Rat.
Wait, this is my fucking Twitch channel. I can show whatever the fuck I want here as long as it doesn't get me banned. This is something that I like. Whenever someone does like a deep dive, I try to show this, but it's like it's too much of a slow burn and nobody ever takes it. So now I'm gonna show it because I can show whatever the fuck I want. So here. It's an oldie but a goodie. it. This is just me and fucking Jedi Fallen Order.
This is just you and Yakuza near the river. Also, this is you missing all the cool fights in Fallen Order. This is also just talking to all of his children. I think I saw this a while back. Like, you sent it to me.
I probably did. It's one of my favorite stupid videos.
It's so good. Oh my god. This man feels like he could have a fucking Dark Souls boss title. He is the ledge fighter. My god.
Nobody ever wants to take the time to watch it because, like, the build-up is like a minute long. And that's just too long for some people.
It's astounding to realize
I love
that
this one
it's been
too.
Over 1,000 years since the Beatles walked the earth.
First-hand records are certainly scarce. There's a lot that we don't know about the Beatles, but we do know that these four young men, John Lennon, Paul McKenzie, Greg Hutchinson, and Scottie Pippen, were some of the finest musicians that have ever existed.
The Beatles rose to prominence when they traveled from their native Linverton to America to perform at Ed Sullivan's annual Woodstock Festival.
Americans were shocked. I mean, at this time, the overwhelming style of music was opera. No one had ever heard of any piece of music that was less than 3 hours long. The Beatles changed all of that.
And they were so prolific, you know, they had so many hit songs. Paperback Writer, Ticket to Run, Wipeout.
Don't Stop Believing, Parents Just Don't Understand, Jimmy Crack Corn, Battle Hymn of the Republic.
And what's truly amazing is that they wrote all of these songs with only the notes A through G. Musical notation had not yet been expanded to V.
Their music dominated the charts, even with
What does
competition
that
from
even
such rivals
mean?
as Michael Jackson, Louis Armstrong, and Ernest Hemingway. It seemed there was nothing the Beatles couldn't accomplish.
1965, Shea Stadium. The Beatles win the Super Bowl, 21-7 against the Giants. It was an immense event in the history of athletics, and it did quite a bit to raise the nation's spirits after the assassination of President Nixon.
For a while, they acted in a television series. It was called I Love Lucy. The prosthetics and makeup on the show was just incredible. You couldn't tell it was them.
They invented the thumbs up. It's a gesture you don't see much anymore, but people would do this to each other, and the Beatles were the first to do it.
And they were pioneers even in animation. Paul McKenzie, just pen to paper, just doodling around. Next thing you know, we have Mickey Mouse.
Perhaps the Beatles' greatest accomplishment came with the release of their groundbreaking album, Sgt. Pet Sounds and the Spiders from Asia.
Sadly, no copies of this album remain. They were all fed to Emperor Gorlock in 2652. However, I've taken it upon myself to form one of the finest beatology teams in the world. We have reconstructed ancient sheet music in the hopes of determining what this album might have sounded like. These are our findings.
Shit.
Soon after the album's release,
Stunning.
rumors began to circulate that the Beatles would break up. They, of course, did not, and for decades they continued to grow in popularity and size, adding new members each year. Today, their
Holy
influence
shit.
can be seen everywhere, from the species of insect that was named after them, to the children who make wishes on their laps each Beatmas.
You know, as we sit here and talk about the Beatles, one thing is perfectly clear. The Beatles' music will live forever in the hearts of those who had their hearts frozen while the Beatles were still alive.
Join us next week as we profile Orson Welles, the filmmaker behind the scathing Vietnam War critique, Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
Oh my god, that was pretty good.
Hey GP, how's it going? I know this one. Although I think I'm trying to remember, did these guys? Yeah, these guys also did the fucking Sex Offender Shuffle, which is also very important.
As a resident of Miami-Dade County, it is your right to know the names and likenesses of sex offenders living in your area.
How you
As a
doing
public
tonight, GP?
service, we have created this videotape so that you and your friends and family can stay aware, stay safe, and maybe even have a little fun.
Have a little fun. Going okay? Just woke up? Oh, hell yeah. I hope you have a good day. Can start your day with the Sex Offender Shuffle.
State of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood. You know we're trying our best to be functioning members of society. We're not here to start no trouble. We're legally required to do the sex offender shuffle.
I'm Larry Arthauer, and I'll refrain from touching my neighbor's kids again. What I did was not too kind, but I'm a nice guy, you'll come to find. I've got a backyard and a real nice pool. Y'all should come over for a barbecue. We can make some cold drinks in my blender, but do keep in mind that I'm a sex offender.
Vernon Douglas is my name. My battery arrest is what brought me fame. But there's much more to know about me. I love to dance and I love to ski. I zip and stoom on through the snow. Just strap on my boots and watch me go. But I can't ski until December.
Hey Checo, how's it going?
Just a sex offender.
You got here just in time for the Sex Offender Shuffle.
I've been arrested 7 times. I know that sounds like a lot. 3 of those times were for vandalism. Feel real bad. I got caught. Might do it again. Probably not. I'm not here to make pretenses. I'm here because of my sex offenses.
I'm Sam Pound. I'm number 1. Apologizing for what I've done. In case you were wondering what that was, I snuck into a bathroom and I eat no truffles. I'm just here to do the sex offender shuffle.
Hey everybody, I'm Laura Hughes, proving girls can do it too. And by it, I mean touch your cousin. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. You won't find me in your child's playset, cause I gotta wear this ankle bracelet. I'm not here to go on a bender, I'm here because I'm a sex offender.
Last name Bermholt, first name Mark. I'm moving in somewhere on your block. Not in a house, but in a van. If you need me to move it, I sure can. The last thing I want is any trouble. I've learned my lesson from the Sex Offender Shuffle.
I'm the one they call Arthur Chase. They said I didn't have to show my face. My first trial ended in a hung jury. If I'm found guilty, they'll unblur me. I'm not the necrophiliac Arthur Chase. That's a different Arthur Chase. I'm not here to be my own defender. I'm here because I'm possibly a sex offender.
Okay, real quick. I
Oh
am not
my
like
God.
these people. Okay, this is an extortion plot by my ex-wife, who's the only witness, and she's trying to take away my kids. And if I'm not here to pack my duffel, I'm just here to do the sex offender shuffle.
State of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood. We're obliged to admit the crimes for which we were convicted. We're not here to start no trouble. We're legally required to do the sex offender shuffle.
What a fun and
Holy
educational song.
I always like forget about that.
It's a fucking classic.
It is. I just always forget it exists. And then I see it and I'm like, holy fuck.
You know what else is a fucking classic?
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, after this, I need to send you the Morshu Deltarune saga.
Alright, hold up. We that fat, sexy doctor. I think they
But I am sorry. I think you've seen like half of this.
Let's see. Here we go. Okay, now we gotta start. We gotta start with like one of the classics, like skydiving.
Yeah.
Fucking
I'm actually just gonna fucking put it in media share.
Conquest, dictatorship is boring. What's wrong with me? I need to find something to do that's fascinating, guaranteed. Camping, no. Fishing, no. Not as much fun as total tyranny. Ah, what else could there be? What do I need? Wait, I know. Skydiving out of the window. It's positively perilous. I'm such a big thrill seeker. Don't forget to bring a parachute. Skydiving off the building. It's despicably genius. I'm such a big cupcake. Don't forget to bring along 4 boots. What a perfect time to have fun
with my wicked son.
And you're going nuts hanging out all the time.
Not anymore. That's a bonus.
I was all ready for bungee jumping.
If that's how you get your jollies, go ahead. But nothing will ever compare to this. It's so much more delicious. Skydiving out of the window. It's positively scurrilous. I'm such a smart person. Don't forget to bring a parachute. Skydiving off an obelisk. It's despicably monstrous. I'm such a fun kind of guy. Don't forget to bring the money and the loot.
Skydiving, Kualamundo.
It overwhelms me with joy. There's nothing more sacred than the bond between a man and his boy.
Skydiving, sounds radical.
There's nothing like a father-son team.
Yeah, I know. You make a pretty mean team.
No one can stop the Supreme.
Skydiving.
Yes, they can. Supreme's a disappointment.
Maybe I'm dreaming.
Of course not.
This is gonna be fun.
I can hardly wait.
Golly, you're serious.
Skydiving out of the window. This'll be a real kick. At least I know what went wrong. I need something more vicious. Like that. Skydiving out of the window. It's positively perilous. I'm such a big thrill seeker. Don't forget to bring a parachute. Skydiving off the building. It's despicably genius. I'm such a big cupcake. Don't forget to bring along 4 boots. Skydiving out of the window. It's positively scurrilous. I'm such a smart person. Don't forget to bring a parachute. Skydiving off an obelisk. It's despicably monstrous. I'm such a fun kind of guy. Don't forget to bring the money and the loot.
Skydiving, Kualamundo.
It overwhelms me with joy. There's nothing more sacred than the bond between a man and his boy.
Skydiving, sounds radical.
There's nothing like a father-son team.
Yeah, I know. You make a pretty mean team.
No one can stop the Supreme.
Skydiving,
Skydiving
Kualamundo.
out of the window. It's despicably perilous. Skydiving out of the window. It's positively scurrilous. I'm such a fun kind of guy.
Oh yeah. Also, before we go on to the next one, I'm just going to send you a post you need to see.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me pause that for a second. I'm actually pretty happy with all these so far. We got like 15 minutes, so maybe I can try to make like a dent in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I have sent you a fox.
One sec. Alright, hold up. Let me... I'll show this fox. Hold on. Let's see... Okay, making sure my Twitter isn't gonna show anything fucking horrible. Alright. Let's see. Fox time. Fox time.
Oh, yeah. Everyone look at this fox.
Just a scruffy little guy. Aww. Oh, look at them curl up into a little ball. Ah, that's so sweet.
Yeah. This is me when I'm sleepy.
Oh, let me take a look at the thing you put in Media Shadow.
Yeah, it's like 5 videos, and it is the Morshu Deltarune saga. It is absolutely fucking fantastic.
Alright, let's take a look.
There's somehow a plot here.
Alright, let's see. Boop.
Huh? What the duck happened?
What the duck?
My shoe. Is that you?
Bombs, you wanted my friend. Bombs, you want bombs, you wanted my friend. Bombs, you wanted my friend. Bombs, you wanted my friend. You just have to friend. You wanted my friend. Give me stronger friend. You wanted my friend. You just have to friend. You wanted my friend. Give me stronger friend. Come back when you're a little richer. Little rich, when my mom.
Hey, head Mount Venom. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.
Little rich, my friend. Come back when you're little richer. Little rich, come back when you're my friend. Come back when you're come back when you're come back when you're come back when you're little rich, stronger friend. Come back when you're come back my friend. Come back when you're come back when you're come back when you're come back my friend. Give me stronger friend.
I guess I'd better get going. What the duck is happening now?
You want this, my friend? You just have to friend. You want this, my friend? Give me stronger friend. You want this, my friend? You just have to friend. You want this, my friend? Give me stronger friend. Bombs, you wanted my friend. Bombs, you sorry, I can't hear it. Bombs, you wanted my friend. Bombs, no, sorry, I can't hear it. You wanted my friend. You just wanted my friend. You wanted my friend. Give me sorry, I can't hear it. You wanted my friend. You just wanted my friend. You wanted my friend. Give me sorry, I can't hear it. Come back when you're a little richer. Little rich, my mom. Come back when come back when come back when my friend. Come back when you're a little richer.
Sorry.
Little rich, my mom. Come back when come back when come back when my friend.
So I need this as a reference image. God, now I really am looking like a fucking schizophrenic VTuber with all this shit going on my screen.
You just what my friend. You want this, my friend. Give me what's your friend. You want this, my friend. You just have to, my friend. You want this, my friend. Give me what's your friend. You want this, my friend. You just have to, friend. You want this, my friend. Give me your friend. You want this, my friend. You just have to, friend. You want this, my friend. How can we protect it from pretty? I want help, I want tea. I should take my time to solve my key. All the lawyers fight for peace. How can we protect it from pretty? I want help, I want tea. I should take my time to case for mercy. All the lawyers fight for peace. Lawyers to me, don't break me. I'll set me free. Please fight for peace. Lawyers to me, please fight for peace. Save me. All the lawyers fight for peace. Lawyers to me, don't break me. I'll set me free. Please fight for peace. Lawyers to me, please fight for peace. Save me. I'm going to solve this man is time. I will not take a stand to wait. With tripod in my hands to wait. Evil has no chance. I'm going to solve this man is time. I will not take a stand to wait. With tripod in my hands to wait. Evil has no chance.
Okay, this is just the last one for fast, alright.
All the lawyers fight for peace. How can we protect it from pretty? I want help, I want tea. I should take my time to solve my key. All the lawyers fight for peace.
God, I fucking love Pandora Palace so much.
It's so good. It almost sounds like a Java song. It feels like it could be an Exorcist theme.
Stand dinner to wait. With tripod in my hands to wait. Evil has no chance. I'm going to solve this man is time. I will not take a stand dinner to wait. With tripod in my hands to wait. Evil has no chance. Think it's not too bad, boy, you can be saved. The courage fight for calls for him impressed.
God damn, look at him fucking go!
I said you be your mailing. I won't play. Change the shoulder space. Rattle his ears. Watch if you want to breathe. The sound breathes, nothing speeds. The more you speak, it's not key. Your right voice was never yours. Yes, it is. I must know. I know that for mine. I command world this force my friend. For this peace I must defend. Come back with your nature. I won't leave until this end.
Fucked up. I gotta watch these
Yeah.
again when I'm like paying full attention to them.
Yeah, I feel like there's gotta be more later.
God damn. Alright, well now we gotta get back to... Shit, I'm almost out of batteries. It's alright, we're about to end anyway.
Ready to rock? You're getting a promotion. It's my rock. You're getting a promotion. I could do anything. Your Rangomatic hovercraft? No! Maybe, but the result was this. Metallic paperweight. And now I just started sharing a cozy hot cup of Lapsang Souchong tea.
You what?
Okay, well... You're getting a promotion. It's my rock. You're getting a promotion. You're on a show. My show. I've had enough of you two. Look at my Minotaurs. What? That's no Minotaur. You're getting a promotion. It's my rock. You're getting a promotion. You're getting a promotion. It's my rock. You're getting a promotion. Promotion. You're getting a promotion. Promotion. You're getting a promotion. Permanently.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, hedgehog stew, let's go.
Oh, hell yeah!
Squad. Team. Get your gears in gear, slowpoke. It's working. It's working. My sneaky scheme is working. It's only a matter of time before that hedgehog's mine. Oh boy, I'm gonna make some hedgehog stew today. What? It's my greatest gift idea. Get that damn hedgehog. Wait. Oh boy, I'm gonna make some hedgehog stew in the afternoon. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna get that blue boom. Get ready, my secret project. I'm about to make history.
It might even work.
You bet your ass my gizmo works.
Maybe.
I push this button. I said I push this button.
Is that a good dent?
I'm gonna make some hedgehog stew today. It's my greatest invention ever. Get that hedgehog, do as I say. Oh boy, I'm gonna make some hedgehog stew in the afternoon. If it's the last thing I do,
You know, Undefeatable's good, but I'm gonna listen to that next time I fight Nintendo.
I can't. How?
What?
How is this looking?
Hold on. Take a look. Oh my god, perfect. Fox compression.
As I was saying.
Okay, I kinda love it. I don't know how well it'll read, but I kinda love it. Right, we got a solid 6 emotes done tonight.
Yeah. And we listened to this. And we saw a really cute fox.
Also true. I don't know if anyone actually voted in the predictions, so let me see. Here, we'll check out this song.
Well, either way, I don't have to be Obama.
Yeah, I actually did not fuck up and draw on the wrong layer pretty much anymore.
I thought you would have done it on purpose for Obama.
No. It wastes my time, so I gotta...
True, I'm not sure how much you want me to be Obama at any given moment.
Probably not much. Okay, so I'm deleting the... Nobody voted in it, so I'm just gonna delete it. Let's see... Okay, here, before we wrap up, I'm gonna go ahead and close this. But, it's Friday night, so let's watch... Here, we gotta watch a couple more of these, and then we can call it a night. Because these are very important, and there's 2 more very important ones we have to watch. We gotta watch Win the Race.
Yes. God, I misread that so badly as Morbius Records.
Oh god, I fucking love Win the Race.
Yeah.
I never should have raced you. You made me lose. I'm never gonna slow that hedgehog down enough to catch him. Scratch, grounder. I need you two to help me out. If you bring me victory, I'll shine your shreds. Oh! Just win the race. Just win the race. Just win the race. I don't care what it takes. Just find a way to win the race.
I like to think this is like exactly what Eggman tells Metal Sonic every game.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Stardust Speedway goes hard.
This was very much like not the better of the Sonic cartoons, but the amount of material here is making me respect it more than I ever would have otherwise.
Yeah.
There's not much choice.
I finally done it.
You win, Robot.
Yes, I did win, didn't I? I finally done it.
You win, Robot.
Nice try, Hedgehog. Finally, everyone will know it. I'm the boss, and you know it. Right? Oh, yes, I am. And now I'm ready to conquer every inch of Mobius. Finally, everyone will see it.
I am the boss, and you know it.
Right? Oh, yes, I am. And now I'm ready to conquer the universe. I win the race. I win the race. I win the race. I don't care what I did. I won the race. And now I'm happy. Win the race. I win the race. I win the race. I don't care what I did. I won the race. And now I'm done. I guess that's the price I have to pay for catching the hedgehog. I'll have to give myself a promotion. And the fun is now over.
this is me after I beat Metal Sonic in every game.
I don't care what I did.
Honestly, though, just in general, I love the Metal Sonic races. The one in Generations just kind of hits different.
It's good. I enjoyed it.
Like that version of Stardust Speedway is just, yeah.
We are gonna. I got one more to play, and we're gonna play it as we get ready to raid out. So let's take a look at who all is on. Let's see, we got Pug on doing some Diablo. We got Stella on doing some Pokemon Fusion. Eggy is finishing Persona 5. Meat's chatting. Snuffy's doing RE4. Here, I'll run a quick poll. I'll run a quick poll and let you guys decide. Let's have a look. Wait, who else? All right. Quick poll, just 1 minute. Vote for what game you want to raid over to. And I will start playing this. Also, raid message. Let me see. Dented Fox Girl raid.
Oh my god.
Maybe next time I'll actually have a Dent avatar to go with that. But here's that. If you don't have a sub, we could do Dented Fox Girl raid with a fucking hammer.
I won't give up till the end of me.
And we're gonna listen to Getaway Submarine as we make our getaway.
I love you all!
Yeah.
It's a miracle! I now have over 12,800 submarines! I mean, subscribers and...
Me when I am oil
appreciate you fucking shit skulls! I'm going to give you a YouTube poop music video, and here it is.
Wow, nobody voted. Okay, so I'm gonna choose. Let's see. We will raid over to... Who haven't we raided in a while? Raid Meat last time. Yeah, we'll raid over to Pug, probably. I think it's been a little bit since we got to raid Pug.
Oh yeah. Oh, chill.
All right.
Huh?
I don't know if the song's gonna finish in time, but everybody who is still hanging out, thank you so much for coming. I know I was super late tonight, so I appreciate everybody who still showed up, whether you're lurking or chatting or just hanging out to watch some weird food history. I am planning on doing some Hunt Showdown with Dog and Pug tomorrow, So come hang out for that too. It will be much earlier in the day than today was. Yeah. Go give Pug some love. I will see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night.
Shoes